Breakfast.
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal. Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you, lovely listeners of Ghana Talks Radio. It's a blissful and a beautiful Tuesday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is your favorite online radio station, the only online radio station you can carry along wherever you go. Remember that you're streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do all to log on, tag along with us, and join us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is the news review, and right here we bring you all the relevant stories making waves in the news. I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu, and I'll be serving you breakfast this morning with Miss Regina Bless and Miss Debbie Adoso. Good morning to you, ladies, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
The grace is sufficient.
We thank God. Hope you had a good night. You slept well?
Yeah.
Are we experiencing longer day, shorter nights?
Yeah, for me.
For you?
Yes.
That's what you're experiencing?
Yes, longer day, shorter night.
The night is not enough?
No, not at all.
Oh, my bad. Miss Regina?
Long or short, your name, you take it like that.
Every long be long. Right, let's get into the issues. Mahama signs legal education reform bill. President John Dramani Mahama has signed the Legal Education Reform Bill 2025 into law, introducing major changes to legal education in Ghana. The new law ends the long-standing monopoly of the Ghana School of Law as the only institution allowed to provide professional legal training in the country. For more than 66 years, students who wanted to become lawyers had to pass through the Ghana School of Law after completing their LLB degree. However, many qualified law graduates were unable to continue because spaces were limited, entrance exams were highly competitive, and admission bottlenecks existed. The new law will now allow accredited universities and institutions to offer professional legal education, provided they meet the required standards and receive approval from the regulators. President Mahama says the reform is meant to expand access to legal education, create more opportunities for aspiring lawyers, and maintain high standards in legal training. The reform has been welcomed by many students, legal practitioners, and civil society groups who have for years called for changes to Ghana's legal education system. Supporters believe the law will help reduce pressure on the Ghana School of Law and give more qualified graduates the opportunity to continue their legal training. The signing of the bill is being seen as a major turning point in Ghana's legal education system and a significant step toward broader access to professional legal training. So the bill has finally been passed and been signed. That means that after 66 years of students, only going to Mokola, which is the law school, now they've opened it for accredited universities to also have the chance to, teach law once you meet the requirements. All you need to do is your university is accredited, and then you meet the standards of teaching legal education. Why not? You are good to go. Ms. Debbie, is this in a way, first off, how do you feel about the president finally assenting to this bill?
Well, I was quite excited, and then there is one thing that popped in mind. I was like, oh wow, finally. People who have the interest of enrolling in a law school to become lawyers will have the opportunity, because I mean, having or enrolling yourself in a law school is quite difficult. Growing up, it was termed like we have this notion that to get yourself in a law school is quite very difficult, and so all the universities that had their accreditation before, they are giving you the first degree. So the LLB has to do with the Bachelor of Law. So when I think Legon, KNUST, and then Winneba, so they will give you the first degree. The first degree is you attaining the Bachelor of Law, like getting the first degree. Then afterwards, you will need to go to Makola, and that is you writing an entrance exam. And then when you go there, that is when they will certify you as like a lawyer. You are now a role lawyer to practice law. You will be called to the bar. So when you go to KNUSC or Legon or Winneba to get the first degree, and then you find it difficult to enroll yourself in Mokola or to pass the entrance exam, then it becomes a waste. So you'll be the junior doctor. That is, you attaining the first degree, you'll be called the junior doctor, but not a lawyer, because you've not been called to bar. So with the president assenting to this bill, for me, it is very, very good. And as it stands now, I'm sure that people who have this interest of enrolling in law school will be very happy. And then I've heard a lot of people also saying that it's going to push a lot of bad nuts into our universities. It's going to
affect the quality of lawyers.
I'm not sure that is going to happen. How because I mean, before you get admitted into a school, there are certain criteria you're supposed to meet. They don't just admit you in the school just like that. And as much as maybe your certificate it's showing that, well, I mean, this person is good, but then I'm sure there'll be some lay down procedures that you are supposed to follow. Or as I said, there are some criteria you're supposed to meet before you will be admitted. Not everybody, even if you are being enrolled, I'm sure there'll be instances where, do you know what is coming in mind? With all this thing going on, I just have this kind of notion that it's going to be like the teaching field. You know, after you are done, you write a licensure exam. Maybe there will be something of that sort. That after you are done, there will be an exam where you are supposed to write, and then you will be certified as a lawyer. So everyone can just go through, but then at the end of the day, you will have to put in much effort. Because now that the door is opened, I'm sure that it's going to be very, very tight. Even if you fail, you will be referred. So you will need to sit up and then learn so hard so that your aim of becoming a doctor, materialize.
A lawyer.
A lawyer materialize, yes. So for me, it's good. And I'm sure that everyone has it in mind. Yesterday, I came across a post where someone was saying, everybody will want to become
a lawyer.
Everybody wants to become a lawyer. And it will be a common profession like
the
nursing and the teaching. But it's okay. It's okay. It shouldn't be that.
Sorry, not to interject, but I feel like them signing this bill, it has its positive side and it has its negative side. When someone says he or she is a lawyer, that's actually a prestigious career. But now it looks like all the universities are going to be, teaching law, and then they'll producing lawyers.
Do you know that actually some universities are teaching law, but the only thing is they cannot certify you as like a lawyer called to bar, and that is only the sole responsibility of the Mokola we are talking about here. So that kind of shall I say peculiar right that has been given to Mokola will now be given to all these universities that they've seen that they are good enough to offer these people the certificate, they will do so. But as I said, it wouldn't be that easy for you.
Because it's a national
yes,
bar,
it wouldn't be that easy. And since I'm sure from this year, ending of this year, because the Attorney General said it will start to materialize anytime soon. So I'm sure from the ending of this year to next year, we'll have a lot of people be enrolled in these universities to offer law. For me, it's good. It's a good one.
It's a good one. Miss Regina?
So I would say it's a good thing, but as you made mention of, it has its own positive and it has its own negative aspect. And when we look at the negative aspect, the law institution would just become like I wouldn't say nurses and teachers are common, but let's use that as an example, especially nurses, for instance. Now we have a lot of colleges, universities, institutions that are taking people just for nursing course, and at the end of the day they come out bunch of nurses, and these same people, I would say some of them are unqualified, even though they are qualified, but still some of them are unqualified in as much as they have their certificates. It's because of their attitude towards work and also the passion, which are no longer there. So aside all these universities gaining access to teach law and also certify these people, let's just hope and pray that it doesn't become common and people don't start misusing the title lawyer or esquire. Just don't start, because the moment they graduate, question in social media now as a son, I know esquire and ESQ. ESQ now I know. And looking at the positive aspects, most people want to venture into that aspect, but because of the monopoly system, and mind you, when something is monopoly, it's very expensive, because at the end of the day, if you live there, there's no one else that can give you access to that. So it would give access to a lot of people who want to become lawyers. And I feel like the law course is very difficult because it entails a lot of readings. Sometimes, from what I heard, like 20 books a day, you have to make sure that you're able to read all those things, and at the end of the day you'd be writing exams on it. So sometimes it is a good thing, but we should consider the pros and cons.
Oh, you know.
You wanted to add up something?
Something very small. Yesterday, I listened to Roxanne Dafiamepo, and then he was saying that there is nowhere stated in a law that before you be admitted into the law school, you have to write an entrance exam. And then he was citing the article, which I've forgotten. So that is what they are trying to cancel. But then some people want to make politics out of this, and that is why they are making it look like some way.
How do you politicize this?
Oh,
is it not going to benefit everybody?
So for me, you see, I feel like that kind of high class thing, a law there is being designated for some particular group of people,
especially
the rich people. This will be, I mean, that kind of guard will be breaking off, right?
Yeah.
Then everyone at all can have access to it. And as I said, not because they are taking it there, so you go without preparing, you will fail. Also, as she said, the books you are going to read. Studying law at the university has to do with you being one person that loves reading. If you don't love reading, it's not your field.
If you don't love reading, it's not your field. And as they said, this is not in a way going to affect the quality of lawyers. It's not, because at the end of it all, you are going to write a national bar exams, and if you fail, you won't be called to the bar. Government distributes 8,500 laptops to 1 million coders training centers. Government says it has distributed 8,500 laptops to training centers under the 1 million coders program to support digital skills training across the country. The announcement was made by Fred Yeboah, who is also the member of the program's implementation committee. The laptops are meant to help trainees who may not have personal computers or stable internet access to participate in coding and technology training. However, officials clarified that the laptops are not being given directly to individuals. Instead, they have been supplied to accredited training centers running the program. According to Mr. Yeboah, all 158 training centers have received laptops. Internet connectivity is also being provided, and different learning methods are being used for trainees. Some participants can study using their own phones, tablets, or laptops through self-paced online courses, while others attend physical centers for face-to-face or online instruction. The 1 Million Coders program is one of government's major digital initiatives aimed at building technology skills, reducing youth unemployment, and expanding Ghana's digital economy. Officials believe the program will help prepare more young Ghanaians for the job markets in technology and other digital industries as well. We keep hearing 1 million coders training, 1 million coders training. What is the impact of this 1 million coders training on the youth? Miss Regina.
Okay, so the impact of 1 million coders, and I guess 1 million coders on the youth. So looking at our digital space, we have graphic designing, cyber security, data analysis, digital marketing, AI, and many more. So if these youth are able to venture into this aspect of this digital sector, they would be able to, how would I put it, in this aspect that I have mentioned. I wish I knew more about ICT, but our time in JHS, we didn't really have much access to computer, or it's computer. It was it was the blackboard. Then they'll draw the computer on it. They'll draw their mouse. So at that aspect of my level of education, I only knew your friend is saying computer to be on the blackboard. I only knew mouse to be on the blackboard, the joystick, pen drive, and those things. And so I entered SHS, a private SHS, where they had a very big ICT lab, where at the end of every your friend is saying course, you would go to ICT. The better you go to ICT, you go to the lab. Then each person has a computer where you would try your hands on. They'll give you a lot of tasks where you are supposed to create websites. Your friend is saying design. I don't know if you know that on the lab computer they have, you can use the mouse to draw something. Yeah. So they taught us a whole lot of that, and also how to use the PDF and all that, and it was very good. Probably we didn't have that chance, but now the youth of today, I'm still a youth. Many share millennium, and I was a millennium. Why? I'm not a Gen Z, I'm a millennium. So the youth of today have the access to that, and it is very easy. And I was happy. When I saw the article, I thought that laptop no more they will be a one GB. Because GB
have you registered to be a part of the 1 million?
Very soon I'll register.
Okay.
So as I was saying, I thought it was given to these people individually, but they were giving it to the training centers. And at the end of the day, if you give these laptops to these people individually, and at the end of the day, some of these people will destroy these laptops. But giving it to the training centers, they would have access to managing it very well. And at the end of the day, the youth are not just going there to just play with the laptop. They are going to learn. And as I made mention of, we have the graphic designing, we have the cyber security, we have the AI, data analysis, digital marketing. See, in any institutions worldwide, all this I have mentioned are there. People are doing it. There's no way you would go to present your presentation to board of directors or board of managers and you just go there empty hand. Afina wafa maka. No. You have your laptop. Now we have projectors where you can just project your presentation and make use of it. So I think it's a very good thing. The coders training, it's up to the youth to make good use of it. Now what the government is doing is training these people and setting them up. Now no one has an excuse to say that I don't have the right gadgets to learn this coding program. The government has provided it, and it's up to you to wake up from the comfort of your home and go to the training center and learn and come back home and implement it. Now the government has how would I put it, has created a job for you. You are not waiting on the government say, oh, after training the government is supposed to employ me again. You can work as a freelancer. You can work remotely from home once you have your gadgets. So this is simple. We don't want any coca. The government has taken the right step to at least, even if it's not the whole youth, at least 50% of the youth to be employed, self-employed. So they should utilize it.
Miss Debbie?
Yeah, so the 1 million coders program, which is an initiative of this current administration, is to train 1 million Ghanaian youth with digital skills. We know that the world is evolving, and the century we find ourselves, for me, I see it to be a digital century where everything has to do with digitalization. If you don't know how to use or manipulate the computer, you'll be lacking behind. And now it is not only about ICT. I think growing up we have this kind of notion that IT is for some particular people, some particular job offers. But now IT cut across every profession. If you don't know how to use the laptop, if you don't know how to create a folder, you can. Sometimes we say these things like a joke, but you'll be surprised to know that someone is working, like a graduate is working, and then the person cannot even create a common folder. And even how to, after you're done typing, you have to process it. No, you see the way you've been sending the files to our page. PDF. Thank you. Some people don't even know how to do it. You get it. So
have you seen the money they are taking in their offices?
Some people don't know. Some people don't know how to do it, and I can tell you that as it stands now, ICT is fetching more money. Even with journalism, just recently there was a summit for journalists, and then they were saying that it is very important for you to know, have a skills of or have a fair knowledge about technology, because it is coming where if you're not careful you might lose your job, because even AI, I said it the other time, AI reads when you go to Joy News after they are done sending their news story. There is a point where you can tap and then an AI will read the whole story for you. So it should tell you that this world, we are no longer in the 90s. The world is evolving, and so everything now is about digitalization. So with the government providing 8,500 laptops, I feel like the government is doing more. He wants Ghana. The main aim is to make Ghana the hub for when it comes to digitalization in West Africa. Ghana will be the lead country in that, and that has to do with a lot, and then we have to learn it. I feel like this should be made. It is already compulsory though at the basic level to the senior high school, but then I feel like even the teachers they should post teachers that have the heart to teach this IT. When I was growing up, one thing I hate was ICT, because I'm in Petit Chanase. The teacher was some way be like he always gets annoyed when he teaches you and then you don't get it, and I don't like that. So just imagine. So if you find people who are willing to teach this course and teach it well, my main focus is still in those villages where they teach ICT. As Regina stated, she cited an example. computing, if you're learning about IT, it's not about theory, it is mainly practical. So if you're teaching the child and it's based on theory, when it gets to exam, you get to remember things fast when you practice it. But here lies the case, the person have not even seen a computer before, they've not seen mouse before, they only drew it and they said this is called computer, this is called mouse, this is called the monitor, which wouldn't help. But then I feel like it's good. And even with the previous administration, they tried their best and then they gave, I think, was it tablet to all the students. It should be used for its intended purpose. Because some of the students are using this laptop to watch things. Like, they're using it to watch things that they're not supposed to use it for. They're not using it for its intended purpose. So I feel like this is good. If we should take this serious, it will help. Would it be bad if they tell you that we've created an AI system and then it's from Ghana? That would sound good, right? So I feel like, that the main purpose is for us to get analysts, people are sold into technology or everything that has to do with digitalization.
So the 1 million coders,
it's good.
It's good.
I just hope that successive governments will continue with this
policy. Right. Protest rights, legal access improve under Mahama Srimsai. The Deputy Attorney General, Justice Srimsai, says democratic freedoms and access to justice have improved under the administration of President John Dramani Mahama. In a social media post, Dr. Srimsai argued that citizens now enjoy greater freedom to protest and exercise their constitutional rights without fear. According to him, people are now able to organize demonstrations freely, including protests near the Flagstaff House, which he says was previously difficult because of heavy security restrictions. He believes the current atmosphere allows citizens to speak out and demonstrate more openly. The Deputy Attorney General also highlighted what he described as improvements in Ghana's criminal justice system. He stated that suspects are increasingly being taken to court within the required 48-hour constitutional period. Prosecutors are less likely to oppose bail automatically. Access to lawyers while in police custody has improved. Dr. Srimsai explained that some police and investigative agencies now arrange interrogation times in advance, making it easier for lawyers to meet suspects without long delays. He says these changes show effort to strengthen constitutional protections and improve fairness within the justice system. However, his comments come at a time when there is still a public debate over governance, human rights, and civil liberties in Ghana. Freedom to hold demonstrations has improved under President John Dramani Mahama, and legal access has also improved under President John Dramani Mahama. It looks like now people are being taken to court without delay, and interrogation is even proactive now. Miss Regina, now to the protests. We've been on a lot of demonstration. I think from last year up to this year, we've seen some also on social media, and people even get to the point of the Jubilee House, even in front of the gates. You can even get there. How was it formally?
Okay, so formally, when we look at protest or demonstration, in as much as we are citizens of this great nation and we have the right to protest, during the past administration, the right was there, but that right was being infringed upon. You can go out and protest, but at the end of the day, where you returned from or where you came, you were coming from, you wouldn't return to that place. You would at least spend 3 weeks in police custody. Sometimes your lawyers or people close to you wouldn't even know where you've been taken to. That was the case of Oliver Bakar Vamawo and this young lawyer.
I'm a governor.
Hey, I'm a governor, bro. because I think she was arrested on 2 occasions, and on also there on TJ, a lawyer who knows her rights. She will do what she wants. So during the past administration, dear, lie, if you try it, they'll arrest you. They'll even spray this one on you.
Tear
gas. Hey, and I think there was a demonstration about Bank of Ghana. A very big demonstration. I don't know if you remember, but it was during the administration of Nana Addo. A very big demonstration. I think they were calling for the resignation of the then time governor there. Yes.
Okay.
That time.
Yeah.
I didn't go, but Lillian went. Omoto tear gas and hot water. They were throwing it on the people just because they were protesting. And why would you do that? Because it is stated in the 1992 Constitution that we have the right to protest. I got to learn in Germany that, and yes, okay, I learned that in Germany, when something is going on well, if something is not going on well and you are not happy as a citizen, no matter the time, no matter the weather, no matter the condition, you can go out and protest it. You don't need, your friend is saying, you see Ghana here, you'd have to send your letter.
Yeah, to the police.
That place, you don't need anything like that. Just go and do it peacefully and come back home. But Ghana here, we understand the people living in Ghana. And we understand the fact that the people living in Ghana, if you don't treat them, excuse me to say, if you don't treat them like animals, they will not behave. So just imagine Ghana here, you have the free will to do anything. If you want to protest, you don't have to send a letter anywhere. Hey, chaos. We'll be experiencing chaos each and every day. But looking at this current administration, I would say it's very good.
It has improved.
Yeah, it has. As you said yourself, even the Jubilee House, to me, in Queen, a coin is no to barricade. A coin is no to barricade. So I think this current administration is good.
Where they hold demonstrations, and the police officers are more than the demonstrators. And I should tell you that the president have you at heart. You, whilst you are demonstrating, let me protect your lives. You get it.
Yeah.
But previously, it wasn't like that. Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so I think during the NDC administration, not to back any political party, but if you're talking about protesters having their right and their freedom to display their grievances without being hurt, has to do with the NDC administration, because we've not seen instances where protesters were being beaten, especially journalists. Because I remember vividly well that during the previous administration, journalists were beaten, and I kept using this as an example. Zoya Bobedo of City TV, Caleb Kuda of City TV, and then a lot of journalists, some of them were being slapped in the face, and you could do nothing. The protesters were being beaten, and then as a protester, if you are being caught by the police officer, and then you are being automatically, they arrest you for doing nothing, and then they deny you bail, so you'll be there for say 12 days or maybe more than that before you will be granted bail. But you see, this is not what our democracy speaks about. It says we have the freedom to pour out our grievances and our displeasure, and that is why we are citizens. If we give you the nod to perform and then you are not performing, we have the right to demonstrate against you and then put you on the right path. So with this administration, I can boldly say that so far the protest and the demonstration we've experienced, there have not been instances where someone you hear a protester complaining that we were being beaten, were being prevented. And you said something, I think when we went for that was last year when Shatawale was being arrested by the police. SNM and I went there, and then you can see the van of these police officers, and they were there. Okay, they were like but when they saw us, they were like, oh, you know, some of them came around. They wanted to find out if we were okay, whether the hija they were doing a biaka and BB. So it should tell you that in as much as you are pouring out your grievances, the president might not be happy, but then he has no right. He still has to deploy this security personnel or officers to ensure your safety, because your safety is needed. If today this protesters goes out and then it happens that 50% of them are dead, like just as we've been hearing in other African countries, it will still fall back to the government that the president didn't do the right thing. So your safety is also needed. So I would say, so far with the protests I've seen, it has been peaceful. It has been peaceful, unless for some group of people who went on demonstration and they ended up knocking a police officer, which we heard nothing about that. Aside that, then I would say that
mention the person's name.
After you mocking, he ended up knocking a police officer. You get it? So that was not even, he wasn't part of this administration, the opposition party. That is the only thing I would say was out of the box. But aside that, trust me.
With what she's saying in it, it's imagine basic assaults of the people. Where anytime there's a demonstration, these police officers find ways to assault these individuals, and I think they really need to work on it. Afenyo Makin assaulted a police officer, and it became a chaos, and I don't know how that issue was solved. Dead news. Afenyo Makin was supposed to be punished for that because he had no right to do that, but he did it. So I think they need to really check that. We are condemning police officers assaulting us. They should also condemn citizens assaulting police officers.
As well. So protests, we will say that it has improved under this current administration. Thank you so much for joining us on the news review. Up next, we have Global Observances with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you some global observances of today. We have International Awareness Day. International Awareness Day for chronic immunological and neurological diseases, focusing on conditions like MECFS, fibromyalgia and Gulf War syndrome since 1992. So today is a day to observe all these conditions. International Nurses Day. Nurses are often the most accessible health professionals, playing a crucial role in providing quality care and reaching underdeserved populations, highlighting challenges and advocating. The day raises awareness about the need for better working conditions, training and leadership opportunities for nurses worldwide. For today is International Nurses Day, but not all nurses should be observed because some of them lack compassion and empathy. Moving on, Sex Differences and Health Awareness Day raises awareness about how diseases and treatment affect men and women differently. It emphasizes that biological differences exist from cellular levels to major organ systems, affecting diagnosis, prevention, and treatments. We also have International Day of Plant Health to raise global awareness on how protecting plant health can end hunger, reduce poverty, protect the environment, and boost economic development. Plants constitute over 80% of human food and 98% of oxygen, yet up to 40% of food crops are lost to pests annually. Lastly, National Mental Health Provider Appreciation Day. to honor the psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, counselors, and social workers who support mental health. Founded in 2020, this day encourages gratitude for professionals who provide crucial care and guidance, helping individuals improve their emotional well-being. And that's all for today on some global observances. Tomorrow I'll give you today in history.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for global observances. Miss Debbie, you ready for us? Debbie's girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear or favor. President John Dramani Mahama has assented to the Value for Money Office Act 2026, paving the way for the creation of a new independent body tasked with strengthening oversight of public spending and procurement. The legislation, which was introduced in February by the Finance Minister, establishes a specialized institution aimed at embedding efficiency, transparency, and accountability across government expenditure. The Finance Minister has already described the law as a necessary response to long-standing inefficiencies in the country's public financial management system. The Act will address issues like inflated contract sums, abandoned project cost overruns, and wasteful spending in the public sector. This law will also institutionalize a comprehensive value for money framework to ensure that every cedi spent by government delivers maximum benefit to citizens in terms of economy, efficiency, effectiveness, equity, and sustainability. Once operational, the Value for Money Office will function as an independent oversight body with a clearly defined technical mandate. Its core functions will include conducting value for money assessment, issuing mandatory value for money certificates before major contracts can be awarded, monitoring compliance across public entities, and enforcing sanctions where violations occur. The new office would serve as a critical tool for promoting prudent public financial management, ensuring that government projects are not only completed efficiently but also deliver tangible benefits to citizens. So yesterday, President John Dramani Mahama sent to the Value for Money Office Act, and this is to create an independent body that will oversee the spending of the government, and this is to ensure prudent spending and then avoid embezzlement of state funds. And so, I mean, we live in a country where money is being allocated for a particular project. Say maybe we are building 50 hospitals nationwide, or we are building 50,000 schools in remote areas, and money will be allocated for that particular project. And then at the end of the day, the project is nowhere to be found. The money cannot be accounted for. And then the people who were appointed to oversee the completion of that project are nowhere to be found. And even if they are right in front of us, no one dares to question them. And so this independent body is going to ensure that if say 50 billion is being allocated for the construction of hospitals or the construction of roads, they will ensure that the money is being used for its intended purpose. And so they are going to ask themselves these questions: have we seen the value for the money, or the country is running out at lost? Because we have a lot of communities that are struggling to have a well-equipped infrastructure that has to do with schools, and then when it has to do with the hospitals, we have a lot of hospitals that are not well resourced. But day in, day out, there will be a budget that is being read to all of us, and then we are being told that this amount of money is being allocated for the construction of this, for the construction of that, and then we don't see the money. And that is how corruption begins. So they end up stealing our own money, because trust me, the money is not their money, it is our money, it is the taxpayers' money, it is my money and it is your money. But we don't get to see the money. They end up diverting the money into their own private account. But this time around, they are going to ensure that the money is being used for its intended purpose, to promote transparency and accountability. And that is all we want. Because if we give you the nod to lead us, it means we trust you. We didn't only give you that opportunity or that privilege to lead us because we feel like, well, he is capable of doing the job or she is capable of doing it. But then we are giving you that nod because we know you can account to us. You will be transparent to us. You see, this is the main reason why we've experienced a lot of leaders. And then at the end of their 4-year in government, there is nothing to show. And they can't even account to us what they use the money for. So I remember during the previous administration, before the then president left office, he read his last State of Nation address in Parliament. And then after he was done, there were pop-up questions that, well, when your government was in power, you promised to do this, you promised to do that. I mean, we didn't see it manifesting. The ones that were being started, it has come to a halt. What happened? And then the president was not able to, he didn't even reply them. Okay, he just laughed over it. So one of the questions they asked has to do with the National Cathedral. So this is a government that says he promised God that when he wins power, he's going to build a National Cathedral for God. I wasn't there. But then at the end of the day, he said we need to contribute something. The National Cathedral as it stands now is now a manhole. So they were asking 58 million for National Cathedral. And the National Cathedral is nowhere to be found. What happened? He didn't answer the question. So a lot of questions popped in my mind. I was like, no, this is not supposed to happen, because you need to account to us what you use that money for. And I kept saying this. Looking at the age of Ghana, we are old enough to be complaining about certain things. For me, I feel like where we've got into, we should not be complaining about petty things. Things like no bed syndrome, where a patient will go to hospital and there is no bed. Things like you go to schools and then the schools are not well resourced. Yesterday, I came across a documentary where students are sitting on bare floor to study. We are in 21st century and then we still have schools that students sit on bare floor to study. There shouldn't be something that, and when someone mentions Ghana, when Ghana pops in mind, that shouldn't be something we should be talking about. I feel like where we've got into, we should be thinking about something else. But all the time, I don't know whether you've noticed this, all the governments that comes on board, all the presidents that we've experienced, they keep saying the same thing. They keep bringing on same policies, same initiative, and they don't complete it. So you see, this is going to also ensure that projects that are being started and are not completed, they will ensure that if a project is being started, they will ensure the full completion of that project. And that is common with us. We start a project and people will come, they'll start with a project, they are not done, and then they'll leave it behind, and this will come and they won't even touch it at all, because why should I do it? I won't be credited, so I won't do it. That is a mindset. And that is why we are still marking time. And I can boldly tell you that we have a lot of projects out there which could have been a benefit to us as a country. But it has been left to rot in the bush. Just because any man buying a share here, so I will not complete it. And all this are taxpayers' money. Are taxpayers' money. And all the time they come on board, they come with new policies again. They come with manifesto. Jaw-draping manifestos, enticing one, of course, and then they don't do it. They start not as you. And you see, that is why sometimes I feel like Ghana should have a national plan, a national development plan. If we have a plan that if a party comes on board, you are going to focus on education, don't interject education with health facilities, with road construction. So we know that if MPP is coming on board, you are, for your 4 year in government, you are going to focus on building schools. Then we know by the time you leave office, you've built enough schools, well-resourced one. Then when NDC comes on board, we know you are focusing on health. When the next party comes on board, you are focusing on road construction. But we don't do that. They come with manifestos, and we are almost ending this 4 year term of the NDC government. They have about 1.5 year to complete that term. Another party will come on board, and they'll come with different policies. They'll come with different initiatives. And we still have a lot of projects that are rotting in the bush because and all this are taxpayers' money. Those monies could be used for something beneficial to us, but no. And you see, the most painful aspect is that they won't account to you. They won't even tell you the truth. They won't tell you that. And then we, the citizens, will end up bearing the cost of their mismanagement. And so I just hope that this independent body is going to do its work and do it well. When money is being allocated for a particular project, they ensure that the money is being used for its intended purpose. If it is road construction, the roads are well constructed. If it is building hospitals, schools, or whatever it is being done for its intended purpose. And whoever flouts it is going to face the penalties. When we work like that, it will help us. You see, it's because we are not accountable to ourselves. And that is why we see corruptions everywhere. And that is why I kept telling myself that to fight corruption in Ghana will be very, very difficult. I'm not sure we can fight corruption. We can only deceive ourselves that we are fighting it, but we are not. We are not. Because even the people that we pinpoint with our so-claimed evidence that these people are so into corruption, at the end of the day, what happens to them? The issue dies out, no one is arrested, and then it ends there. And so the chain continues like that. We don't care. No one cares about the ordinary citizen. What they care about is the money. And that is why when the government comes on board and they are bringing out policies and initiative, everybody wants to partake in it because ma buy number and which is not supposed to be so. So I feel like this is really going to help us. If we are allocating 50 billion for both road construction, the building of school facilities, the building of hospitals and all that, then we know that that is it. And the money will be used for its purpose. There shouldn't be a case where a contractor will say, I'm not being paid. How? Because even before that money is being allocated, before the money will get to the contractor, and this is how it goes. If I'm a contractor and the government wants to partner with me, I will have to use my own personal money, like 50%, to start with the project. Then after you are being done, then the government will sort you out and pay you. And that is why some time ago there were incidents where contractors who were being asked to handle government projects and they are not being paid. If that project is completed, they end up locking it and then, presenting the case in court because they feel like they were being cheated. And the most painful aspect is that sometimes you don't get to hear all of this. It's after the government leaves power. That is where you get to hear the rot. That is where you get to know that no, you don't get to hear it. They don't tell you the truth. And so for me, all politicians are the same. But the truth still stands. This is good. This is commendable. We hope that this becomes so fruitful and becomes effective. It wouldn't be like one of those that we've been hearing for the past few years back then, where they bring out and the most funny thing, they will intentionally bring up these policies and all that, and they'll be like, this is what is going to help us, we are going to arrest these people and all that, and they don't do anything. But then in the face of the people, they pretend as if they are doing something, but they don't. I remember a friend of mine telling me that a politician will never arrest his fellow politician. And I was like, why wouldn't they do so? But I'm beginning to vibe into what he is saying. I've never seen a politician arresting his fellow politician. Because when you do, and I also come on board, I'll also retaliate. But that is not how it's supposed to be. We want to run a fair country. We want to run a country that is free from corruption. We want to run a country where anyone who embezzles state fund will be made to face the law, the money will be retrieved. That is what we want. Because taxpayers' money cannot just go down the drain. It needs to be used into something beneficial. All those monies, those taxes they take from us, they need to use it for something developmental so that we can we can enjoy what our taxes are being used for. And imagine our taxes are being used for what is supposed to be used for. We will be the one calling on the government to increase the taxes. But here lies the case, you don't even see what your taxes is being used for. And so when they increase taxes or they introduce new taxes, it's kind of a burden or a challenge. So for this, with the president assenting to the bill, it's good. We hope and pray that this is not a 9-day wonder. It's not one of those we've experienced before, and it's going to work as it is purported to do. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. Thank you too for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news, and right after the news, we'll be back. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it's just a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
It's 8 o'clock. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up this morning, a new value for money office is set to become operational in January 2027, aimed at strengthening oversight of public spending. Healthcare inequality is back in focus after administrator revealed Northern Ghana is still relying on just 2 cardiologists. On utilities, Ghana Water Limited blames illegal connections and leakages for ongoing water disruptions in part of East Accra. Also in the news, government has rolled out a directive requiring 50% of raw materials produced in Ghana to be processed locally. Stay with us for more details on these stories and more in business, sports, and across the globe. To the first story, the newly assented value for money office will be fully operational from January 2027, with Ghanaians expected to see tangible results in how public funds are spent. Speaking after the president signed the bill, the Minister for Finance, Dr. Forsen, said the office is designed to curb inflated costs in public sector contract and ensure greater accountability in government expenditure. The law gives the office a mandate to audit and review the pricing and efficiency of state projects before enduring execution. Government says the move is part of broader reforms to reduce waste and improve fiscal discipline. The Value for Money Office forms part of President Mahama's push to strengthen oversight of public spending and restore public trust in how state resources are managed.
President this morning signed into law the Value for Money Office Act. This singular signature and assent will mean that going into the future, the Republic of Ghana and the government of Ghana will curtail public sector expenditure that has actually risen as a result of overinflation of contracts, government contracts. What we seek to do going into the future will be that we will set up the office, and all single source procurement will have to go through the Office for Value for Money. In the past, the legal division of the Ministry of Finance has been the one that conducts Value for Money Office. They did not have the requisite skills and ability to deal with Value for Money. And so what we've done is to properly institutionalize the Value for Money Office. President Mahama, as part of his campaign pledge, promised to establish the Value for Money Office, and today he has graciously assented to it following Parliament's passage. I want to use this opportunity to assure the people of Ghana that the menace of public sector pardon of contracts and overinflation of contracts will be curtailed by this signature. What we seek to do is to use the next 6 months to properly constitute the office, nominate the leadership of the Value for Money Office, and constitute the technical team that will ensure the implementation of the Act. And so I believe that beginning 2027 January, this office will be fully implemented and Ghanaians will see the need of a Value for Money Office. I have seen Value for Money Office being operated in other countries, and I can tell you for a fact that if there's one single office that can pay for itself from day one, it is the Office for Value for Money Office, because it's reduced public expenditure and obviously create fiscal space that will be used to develop other sectors of the economy. Thank you.
Administrator of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund has raised alarm over stark inequalities in Ghana's healthcare system. Speaking after a nationwide assessment of 21 health facilities, she said the review uncovered severe shortages of specialized medical personnel and critical equipment with underdeserved regions bearing the brunt. The findings highlight the concentration of specialists and resources in Accra and Kumasi, leaving patients in the north facing long travel times and delayed treatment for critical conditions. Mrs. Darko said the data reinforces the need for targeted investment and deployment under the Mahama Cares initiative to expand access to specialized healthcare across the country.
One of the first things the Trust Fund did was to conduct a comprehensive nationwide needs assessment across 21 facilities, comprising of 6 teaching hospitals, 9 regional hospitals, and referral facilities in the 6 newly created regions. The findings revealed the urgency for retooling of our healthcare facilities. Across all facilities accessed, there were only 2 MRI machines and 5 mammogram machines. Additionally, there are only 2 radiotherapy machines within the public sector and 1 in the private sector located in Accra and Kumasi. In the entire northern sector of Ghana, there are only 2 practicing cardiologists, serving millions of people. These gaps expose the severe inequalities in access to specialized care and underscore the necessity of sustained investment. This assessment is guiding our major nationwide intervention program. One of our major achievements has been the construction of 3 state-of-the-art cardiology centers at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, and the Tamale Teaching Hospital, in strategic partnership with the Ministry of Health. These centers are being designed to significantly expand Ghana's national capacity for cardiology and vascular interventions. They will include catheterization laboratories, hybrid theaters, recovery wards, intensive care units, consulting rooms, dedicated oxygen systems, on-site pharmacies, and investigation laboratory.
Ghana Water Limited has blamed physical leakages and illegal water connections for disruptions affecting water supply to some parts of eastern Accra. The utility company said the issues are contributing to low pressure and intermittent supply in affected communities. Officials noted that efforts are in progress to detect and repair leakages, while measures are being stepped up to clamp down on unauthorized connections. Ghana Water Limited urged the public to report illegal connections and leakages to help improve supply reliability in the area.
And we identified two main reasons why we lose so much water. One is stealing, theft, and one is physical leakage. So in August 2025, we started with what we call the Revenue Enhancement Team. And this team, they were trained, and it was yielding some results. So in January, we increased it to 10, and currently they are working. And by the end of last year, we reduced the non-revenue water to 51.6, which is an improvement, but it's not significant. We also did an investigation on the fiscal leakage and realized that the 3 lines from pump to Tema Booster is where we have issues. Because when we take the regional land revenue water, there are 2 regions that we have very high, Tema and Accra West. So investigation was done, and we realized that the main transmission line, which is one of them, which is the metal one, is 21-inch transmission line, has a lot of leakages, and that is what we've been telling you. So since March, we instructed the central workshop to fabricate the 25 for us to place all the key points. And that is what you can see that this progresses steadily. It is my hope that when we release the final tranche, and as I did indicate, I have to follow up to make sure that the first tranche of money is being utilized as expected, and we are very mindful with my top management. So when we go back, we'll release the second tranche so that as soon as possible, we can start replacing the weak portions.
Government has directed that at least 50% of raw materials produced in Ghana be processed locally, according to the Member of Parliament for Wa East and Board Chair of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. Speaking on the policy, Seydou J. Saw said the move is aimed at boosting value addition and increasing export earning. He added that Ghana Export Promotion Authority, working with the Exim Bank Ghana and other partners, has approved programs targeting the share industry and other export sectors to support the transition. The initiative forms part of broader effort to shift Ghana's economy from exporting raw commodities to value-added products.
Fortunately, His Excellency the President has given his marching orders, and that henceforth, government's policy is that we will process at least 50% of raw materials that are produced in this country. Honorable Regional Minister, ladies and gentlemen, in furtherance to prosecuting these marching orders, we at Ghana Export Promotion Authority, on behalf of my board of directors, have approved a program that is elaborate in conjunction with Exim, Ghana Exim Bank. Sarah and her team are cooperating so well with us, and we are happy to announce that we are interested in participating in every aspect of value addition of share in this country. Fortunately, my brother Dr. Peter Otokuno is very aggressive in coordinating this initiative and making sure that we have results to show. Dr. Otokuno, may I assure you that based on the activity plans that we have approved at GEPA and EXIM by extension, we are assuring you that today's press launch for World Share Expo 2026 is timely, it is important, it is critical to contributing to our objectives. We are very satisfied with how you organize the World Share Expo 2025 and how our women, our small.
About 100 members of the New Patriotic Party in Oyoko are threatening legal action after claiming they were disenfranchised during recent police station election. The members alleged they were denied the opportunity to contest nominations despite filing their forms within the stipulated time. They argued the move undermines internal democratic processes and have called for redress. However, the New Patriotic Party is yet to officially respond to the allegations.
In the polling station executive election and call for urgent intervention by NPP national leadership. 2. 1. The National Council of Elders, New Patriotic Party, NPP. The National Executive Committee, MPP, the National Executive, MPP, His Excellency, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, flag bearer and leader of the NPP, the rank and file of the NPP, New Patriotic Party. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, esteemed party elders, national officers, and fellow patriots, good evening. We, the undersigned grassroots members of the New Patriotic Party of New Jabin North Constituency, have convened this press conference to publicly register our deep dissatisfaction and disappointment regarding the conduct of the ongoing polling station executive election in our constituency. The New Patriotic Party has always prided itself on being the party of democracy, due process, and inclusiveness. It is therefore with great concern that we observe actions that the constituency and the regional levels that contradicts these foundational values and threaten the unity and credibility of our great party at the grassroots. Now, our grievances. 1. Unlawful refusal to accept duly completed nomination forms. Several qualified and loyal party members, esteemed 97 from Oyoko, who duly completed and submitted their nomination forms within the stipulated timelines, have been unlawfully denied the opportunity to file their nominations. This arbitrary exclusion is undemocratic, violates the party's constitution and guidelines, and undermines the principles of transparency, fairness, and inclusiveness that the MPP stand for. 2. Failure of the constituency and regional leadership to address petition. Agreed members have formally submitted petition detailing these irregularities to both constituency and regional leadership. To date, there has been no invitation for hearing, no mediation process, and no attempt to resolution. This silence is perceived as status, endorsement of the unfairness, and as an attempt to suppress legitimate grievances, the grievances of dedicated grassroots members. 3. Recourse of legal action. The reason why we took this matter to court. Having exhausted internal channels without response, we have left no option but to seek legal redress to protect the democratic right of the party members. The matter has therefore been filed in the court of competent jurisdiction. This step is not taken lightly, but as last resort to safeguard due process and the integrity of internal electoral system. The impact on the party. This action are bleeding anger, division, and dissolution among grassroots members who have sacrificed time.
In business, the Ghana cedi has recorded a mild depreciation across major trading pairs over the past 2 weeks, weakening across major trading in both interbank and retail market. Data from the interbank market shows the cedi weakening by 1.64% against the US dollar to settle 11.28. It's also declined by 2.46% against the British pound to 15.36 and by 2.15 against the euro 13.28. In the retail market, the local unit recorded a more moderate performance, slipped by 0.84% against the dollar to 11.83, edged marginally lower against the pound from 15.78 to 15.80 Ghana cedis, but posted a slight gain against the euro, firming from 13.78 to 13.75 Ghana cedis. On a year-to-date basis, the cedi has depreciated by an average of 7.8% as of May 8th, significantly higher than the 2.5% recorded over the same period last year. Data Bank research notes that the recent pressure on the cedi is broadly in line with market expectations, with attention firmly on the 6th review of Ghana's IMF-supported program scheduled to conclude on May 15th. It attributes the trend to a mix of demand and supply dynamics in the foreign exchange market. Despite the recent weakness, expectations for the cedi remain relatively stable, underpinned by anticipated external flows. It maintains that volatility will remain contained in the near term. To sports, Brazil's national men's football team head coach is set to announce a squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup on May 18th, and football legend Neymar dos Santos Jr. is making a strong push to make the cut and compete in the World Cup for the 4th time in his career. The former football club Barcelona player starred in Santos Football Club's 2-0 win over Red Bull in a league clash by scoring in the win, indicating an uptick in recent performances. Beating Red Bull ended a poor run of form for Santos that had no wins in 7 games, and after coming under serious pressure from fans recently. Neymar has not featured for Brazil since October 2023 after suffering multiple injuries. Brazil have been drawn in Group C for the World Cup alongside Morocco and Scotland. In 13 games in all competitions this season, Neymar has 6 goals and 3 assists. In showbiz, popular Nigerian musician Rema is set to headline the 2026 World Cup in Los Angeles. FIFA made this known in an Instagram post while unveiling the lineup of artists scheduled to perform at the event. The singer is booked to perform at the World Cup opening ceremony on June 12 alongside Lisa, Katy Perry, Tyler and Anita. This lineup of artists reflect the cultural diversity of the United States and the vibrancy of its many diasporas, highlighting the nation's rich influence on music, entertainment and pop culture, while showcasing the power of music to bring people together across the country. The tournament's official anthem, performed by Burna Boy and Shakira, is scheduled for release on 14th May. The World Cup finals will feature its first Super Bowl style, curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin on July 19th. On some global updates, the chair of African Union Commission, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, has renewed Africa's call for permanent representation on the United Nations Security Council. He insisted that the continent's exclusion from the party represents a long-standing historical injustice that must be corrected. Speaking at a ministerial meeting on the reform of the United Nations Security Council held on the margins of the African France Summit in Nairobi, Mr. Yusuf reaffirmed Africa's unified position on the issue, calling for urgent reforms to make the Council more representative of modern global realities. According to the African Union Commission Chair, Africa's demand for permanent seats on the Security Council is not a request for special treatment, but a legitimate call for fairness and equity within the international governance system. Guided by the Zowini Consensus and the Set Declaration, Mr. Yusuf retreated Africa's long-standing proposal for no fewer than 2 permanent seats with full prerogatives including veto powers, while such powers continue to exist, as well as 5 non-permanent seats in an expanded Security Council. The Zowini Consensus, adopted by the African Union in 2005, outlines the continent's common position on the reform of the United Nations system, particularly the Security Council, which many African leaders argue no longer reflect present-day geopolitical realities. Mr. Yusuf welcomed the support shown by France, Kenya, and Sierra Leone towards the African model for reform, describing the backing as a significant step in building a broader international consensus around the issue. He further called for stronger political coordination among African states, strategic diplomatic alliance, and practical measures aimed at translating international support into meaningful institutional reform. The AU chair also pointed to Africa's recent inclusion in the G20 as evidence that global governance are capable of evolving to become more representative and responsive to contemporary challenges. He argued that African Union's permanent membership in the G20 demonstrates growing recognition of Africans' role in global affairs and should serve as a model for broader reforms within the United Nations. And that's it for this morning headline. Log on to all streaming platforms at Ghana Talks Radio for more developing updates. I am Deborah Adosu. Thank you for sticking tuned. Good morning.
Ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal. Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adosu,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Good morning to you once again, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the only favorite online radio station you can carry along wherever you go. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do also log on, send in your comments, and join us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. You're welcome to the second segment of the Ghana Talk Breakfast Show, and as you know it, we come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to be delving into the issue and topical issues that are of concern to all of us, issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. As part of what we'll be discussing this morning has to do with President John Dramani Mahama passing the legal reform bill, the legal education reform bill, and also Ghana being ranked as the 8th country in Africa in terms of economy. Those are the two topical issues we'll be looking at this morning. You know that we come along with knowledgeable guests. We have an NDC communicator and also an NPP communicator who will be delving into the issues. They'll be sharing their thoughts. And this morning, we have our regular guest, Mr. Gauzo Zamani, the NDC communications team member. He's joining us this morning. And, you know, we just can't wait to delve into the issues. Good morning to you, Mr. Zamani.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
By the grace. How are you yourself?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much.
We thank God you are finally here.
Yes.
Today you are early, and the NPP person is not here. So
yes.
When he comes, I think you also have the right to also bash them.
Oh yeah. You know, it is expected.
Yeah.
It is expected of them. You know, these days they don't really have much to say. So they tend to chicken out like this, as their senior men are doing. So they are also learning from it.
Right. We see that they are working backdoor as well. We see that they've created a 30 committees ahead of the 2028 elections.
We advise them about that top-bottom approach. They didn't pay heed to it. You see what is happening in the party now. Today, some are complaining that they are the ones speaking for the party and they are not being given appointments. People who haven't ever clad themselves with the party's colors are now being given appointments, and their foot soldiers are angry. They are now seeing the essence of the top-bottom approach. You see, they've given so much power to the flag bearer now. He's more or less like the creme de la creme of the party. Whatever he says, that is what stands. You get me? But it shouldn't be like that. A party should be run based on democratic, how do you call it, dispensation. Now that you don't have leadership at your branch level, I think they call the polling station level. You don't have executive at the constituency level, regional level. You don't have, even national, you don't have executives. So it looks like whatever the flag bearer fails doing, that is what he is going to do. And that is the consequences they are facing today. Who knows who becomes the national executive and will not want to work with that particular committee member? Who is teaming up to select those committee members? So NPP is actually not learning from what has happened to them. but they are still digging the pit more, digging their own pit more. And we are so happy, quietly back watching them. They should continue digging. At the right time, when we also help them, when we come inside and we dig, they are going to go very deep.
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Zamani. That's how you kickstart a show. It's getting heated here. It's actually going to get even more heated once we have our NPP Communications team member joining us. Right, before we move into the main issue for discussion this morning, you know how we do it. For just by the ways, education activists and also teachers and parents are calling for a review when it comes to the BEC exams. I learned some people wrote Arabic yesterday, and finally they've completed the examination, waiting for I think 2 months for their results to come in. But looking at how the examination is being scheduled and looking at the number of subjects they write 10 subjects, and they write this in the midst of within 5 days. They are done writing 10 subjects in 5 days. That means that they write 2 subjects a day. And they are saying that it's like you are putting too much pressure on these children. And then due to that is why we are seeing the poor performance when the results are out. Do you agree to that? Do you see that as an excuse, buying an excuse for these kids not to learn? Or you see it as indeed pressure? And looking at the number of topics the students read as well.
All right, so very well. It is not like some of us haven't sat for the BEC before. We've actually sat for the BEC, and we know the pressure we go through to get ourselves prepared for this particular exam. And looking at how far we've come today, things that we are exposed to today, and we look back, we clearly see that it is high time we look at the BEC system. Why do we write BEC today? Is it only to get you the visa to go into secondary education? How high are we holding the BEC certificate? Today, what value do we place on the BEC certificate? Nothing. It is only giving you entrance to SHS. You get me? And the fact that we want to suppress these students with so many subjects to be written within 5 days, it is something that we need to look out for. Imagine you are combining subjects that you've studied for 3 years, because they are telling you that they are combining what you've studied for Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. Combining all these.
Even from class 5, class 4.
Class 4.
Yeah.
Very well. Class 4. Imagine what you've studied for close to 7-8 years, and you are going to be writing exam on it, and you are being told that you need to write the exam within 2 days. It's very bad. You need an extraordinary human being to come out and excel very, very well. And you see, these days things have changed. We are going into the era of AI, digitalization. Things are easily accessed now. You get me? So there's the need for us to look and then review our BEC. The other time I was even saying that it is high time we cancel this whole BEC system.
Why should it be cancelled entirely?
I don't see the use of BEC.
Why don't you see the use?
Because these days I don't know what BEC certificate is being used for. I only see
it gives you a visa to the
aside you going into you getting the certification to go to SHS. What else? So and I believe that even with writing BEC to go into SHS, we are even limiting our students. Ask yourself, these students are writing clusters, they are doing assignments. How are these coming together to form part of the marks that they are going to be given? It shouldn't be that students will learn in the school, and at the end of the day, an external examination needs to assess or know the performance of the student, knowing very well that the performance of the student is not an action. It doesn't decide on a day. It is a continuous something. One, you've done class tests, you've done homeworks, you've done some IEs. All these should be able to do to accumulate together and then determine the results that you are going to get. You might not get your day on the day of on the day of writing your exam. But at least you've performed some excellently well in some tests and assignments that you've done. And all these come together to are part of our academic works. It is not only BEC. If it is about BEC alone, we can all sit in the comfort of our home. When it's time for BEC, we'll go and register and go and sit and write. Whatever we get, we go our way. what is happening to what we've studied in the classroom? So I think it is high time we look at this. If there's a need for us to review the system, look at another means of entering into the SHS, then we can adopt that. And then we look at the 5 days that they are using to write these exams. My sister, my time when I wrote BEC 2015, and my time I wasn't so lucky. At the point they said some question got leaked, so they cancelled some of our papers.
So you have to write the BEC all over again.
They cancelled some of our
very
papers.
tedious.
And yeah, it had SONE and so catch those days. See, we got fed up. And that year, you can check the statistics. The failing rate was very high. That's when some of us wrote our BEC. We wrote the BEC, they got cancelled. Imagine you putting in your all. They call something mining. You don't sleep. You have to go and, station yourself on campus. You all together. You study night, day. You are praying. You are studying. You are praying just because of one paper. You've gone past those days. There's the need for us to look at doing what? Digitalizing even the exam writing. We can be in the comfort of our home and write exams on our phones. We take a test on our phones in the university. You dare not flip page. You dare not try ask. This military recruitment wasn't the test done online. You dare not turn your neck. Immediately you do that, you are the system has captured you. This is what we need to be migrating to. Just so we do what? We can have some credibility for our educational system. Always we say questions are being leaked, questions are being leaked. Why would you see the process is so humanized? The process is so humanized, and for that matter, there's a need for us to put some digitalization in there, and then again look at easing it a little bit for the students. How can you write 10 courses in 5 days, 10 subjects in 5 days?
So what should be done?
I think the system needs to be reviewed. Personally, the BEC thing need to be cancelled. If it is entrance exams to the SHS, let's just give that free way. Let them enter. Then we can, even the SHS level, you have like a whole month to write your WASI.
Yeah.
A whole month to write your WASI.
So why
and there are gaps.
Why can't
there are gaps for you to? You get me? There are gaps for you to even learn ahead. For you to relax. For you to reorganize yourself and then come in harder. But with this one, you get me? And it is so sad when they are done, you see them jubilating. You see, the stress is not easy.
It's not easy.
And you don't know what you are going to get. You don't know who is even handling your paper. When results are out and you get some grades, what are the mechanisms for you to protest the results you are getting? How is the education going down? You get me? So let's look at reviewing the system. Make the whole thing a bit, flexible. Then, if it is for us to, because I think BEC has lived past its, 8 days. Let's look at, you see, when the basic education level is when we inculcate some kind of entrepreneurial, digital, STEM, because that is where the world is moving now. Do something for yourself. Let's not make it look too theory. And mathematics, no social, no citizenship, no. It is too much. That is what we did. And it is not like it's helping us today. Because those days, it is competition. After exams, we are looking at the one that had the highest mark. But today, does highest mark put food on our table? No. We are laughing at the one that has the lowest mark. Is that putting food on our table? No. How are we tuning the brains of the students? To be what? To be able to do something for themselves, create something. That is what we need to be looking at.
And it's like the theory too has become too much.
Too much. The theory has become too much. It is not helping us. That is what we did. Those days after writing exam, immediately you pick your paper. What did you get? Hey, I had the highest mark. I think yesterday my niece came to me that he's coming to show me her papers, exam papers. She gave me government. She had 92. He said, the teacher said she didn't do it because she's been asking. Said that when I held the paper, I couldn't tell her, but in my head I was like, plenty more benya max bebre na nkwale omu wi ama betena fie government is why to me from be ejuma ma ho You get me? There are some skills that tuning of mind that we need to be giving to our students. That is where we need to be focusing at. The theory it is too much. China is not developing because of theory. No. So let's look at changing the whole system. If it is BEC and Kasadia, trim. BEC trim, because it is not doing the student any good. If a student is good, is good. If a student is bad, is bad. It's not about squeezing the student to write a particular exam within 5 days. Depending on no organizer exams today, the net no bit much exams. You cannot.
Yeah, so for you think the BEC should be scrapped?
Yes.
And you're also considering intervals.
Very well.
Maybe they'll be given a month or maybe 2 weeks
to write it.
Maybe a paper a day is even enough.
That is fair enough.
It's enough, as you said, to reorganize themselves and then go harder. Right. So we are just hoping that government actually looks into this issue and then pay heed to the pleas of the parents, the teachers, and also the students themselves as well. Just as they mentioned that the pressure is too much. The pressure there. The pressure is too much. Right, moving away from education now to what is actually trending. This is actually Kelvin Taylor and the NPP and the NDC, and it looks like the NDC don't even want to involve themselves at all. I've not heard anyone responding to Kelvin Taylor, just as we are seeing the NPP saying that the NDC should distance themselves and call Kelvin Taylor to action. And I'm wondering if Kelvin Taylor is an NDC member or is an NDC communicator. But after reading the press release yesterday from the NPP, they said that they are expelling Kelvin Taylor. That should actually tell us that Kelvin Taylor is an NPP member, and he has voiced it out himself that nobody can take him out of the party. He will sue you. So right now, it's kind of like conflicting. Where does the NDC come in to actually call Kelvin Taylor to action?
Nowhere. Nowhere. This is a home match. It's a home match for them. So as for home match there, we don't involve ourselves too much. It is a fight between their own people. So if they are calling us, what are they calling us for? Some years back when Kelvin Taylor was working for their party, they decided to sack him. You see, the MPP party in Ankasa, the penokre. And I'm not going to be the first person to advise the MPP party. Democracy shouldn't be so rigid. People should be free to talk their mind. After the person talking his mind, what mechanism is put in place to make sure that, this person is okay, or whatever this person has said, it is being looked at. What is Kelvin Taylor saying that Abronia hasn't said? What is Kelvin Taylor saying that Kennedy Japan hasn't said? What is Kelvin Taylor saying that Coca hasn't said? So please, they should give us a break. If they want to expel some people, if they want to expel somebody from the party, they should even start from Akufo-Addo. What is Kelvin Taylor saying that Akufo-Addo and Kasa didn't said? Even their own running mate, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, what hasn't he said to Ghanaians? Bawumia, what didn't Bawumia say to Ghanaians? Your bonnet cassette to her, dear Betchin. So they should give us a break. Say Kelvin Taylor or NDC should do what? They shouldn't bring their home match things to NDC. Cry. Omanya, they should do with their matter. Yesterday, Kelvin Taylor was beautifully clad in MPP colors on his Facebook Live. And you could clearly see that the man is a card-bearing member. And before you are being issued a party card, you go through scrutiny. You go through proper scrutiny. They assess you to ensure that, nipa ya oba also a party ni, it indeed or a party ni. And this person has paid what dues to your party, contributed to the development of the party and where the party has reached today. Then I must say the NDC in Fan and Kasa as what? What advice should we give Kelvin Taylor? Please, they've had their whole match. They should play it anyway, anyhow they score themselves. We will not involve ourselves. We are social democrats and we are in power.
Right. Don't you think that them calling out Kelvin Taylor without them condemning their own act or their own people, it's like, oh, catch him on Kobe said no.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, rightly so. Because whatever claims or whatever reason you are calling Kevin Taylor for, that is what is being done grossly, openly in your by your people. So it looks like you are judging selectively. You pick some because you don't like some, you judge them, and then you pick this one because you like the person, you leave the person there. Meanwhile, it is the same act. Were we not here when they told us that Abronya has been called to the disciplinary committee? What came out of it? Nothing. A whole regional chairman. What didn't, how do you call it, Chairman to me do in this country? So if it is about MPP and it's about insult and it's about whatever reason they are calling Kevin Taylor, they should start looking from their backyard. What led to the resignation of their national chairman? They should come out and tell us. They should come out and tell us the truth. What actually led to the resignation of their national chairman? Today, Kennedy Japon has been given an appointment. It is all over that he has rejected it. Why has he rejected it?
It's false.
Have you heard from Kennedy Japon that he has accepted it?
No, we haven't heard. Neither have we also heard that.
We are hearing close people from close sources that he has rejected the thing. His own people. If the person hasn't come out to accept it, you are rejecting one person.
But he has neither come out to reject it himself.
But people close to him are telling us that.
But we need to hear from himself.
And has he come out to say he has accepted it? No. So they should not tell us that. They should not tell us to accept that he has accepted it. But we know that he has rejected it. As for that one there, we know that he has rejected it. And the reason is simple. You have Coca and Co disrespecting this nobleman like he's some rag. And you are not calling these people to order. And you want to do what? You want to be on the neck of Kevin Taylor? Please. You don't encourage and come back to come and condemn some actions. Meanwhile, these people within your parties that just reach, I don't even want to talk for MPP party. It is very bad. Morally, it shouldn't be happening. As Ghanaians, the way we were brought up, we can have our differences, we can have our disagreements, but to go to the extent to say that your pie will be three, it is extreme. It is extreme. Obianu have to go and say this against someone. And I'm not sure the day Baumia heard Coca spew out this, he was happy. No, we can have our disagreements on political grounds. Do we always agree? No. But does it mean that we should go to the extent of attacking personalities, denigrating ourselves, knowing very well that whatever we are doing will come back to come and hunt us? That is not what we should be doing. So if they are calling Kevin Taylor, they should start calling their people. If they want to sack Kevin Taylor, they should start sacking their people. Whatever Kevin Taylor will decide to do with MPPs, with Kevin Taylor.
So where do we start from righting the wrongs?
I believe that politics has come a long way to accept that we need to tolerate ourselves.
Not to the extent of insulting former presidents.
No, we need to tolerate ourselves. Akufo-Addo and Mahama, they stand on campaign platform. They say all sort of things. But when they're meeting, you see the euphoria between them. That is the extent politics has grown to. But you don't see these people attacking personality. We attack on political grounds. The profession you've decided to join. Someone can choose to come here and attack me that, Zamani, you are NDC, and for that matter, you are doing this. But you cannot go to the extent to leave the fact that I'm an NDC and decide to attack my personality, decide to attack my family. That is very bad. That is not what politics. That is not where politics is going. Today we mimic the United States. We mimic the UK. They are far advanced in democracy, and their politics is far advanced in than ours. Those are the people we look up to. Do we see these things happen there? No. We don't see it happening there. Insult, not even to your opponent within your party, you are breaking the party. And for the party to heal, for the party NPP to heal, they have a very long way to go. Believe you me. The silence of Kennedy Japan is louder than his even his
yes, because it's been a while we've heard from him.
I'm telling you, the silence of Kennedy Japan is very loud. And I know very well that they are looking for ways and means to get the man to talk. They are looking for ways and means to get the man to talk. But it's up to them. And I mean, can home match there, a home match, or more massive. Whatever, however they are going to deal with it is their own issue. But you see, quick one, there is an issue that needs to be looked at.
What is that issue? And if Ghanaians, the government and the presidency does not look at that direction, it is more or less like we are sitting on a time bomb, and the day is going to explode. We will not be able to control it, because we know very well that the population of youth in this country is highly rising every day. Today, let's come to our universities. The government is trying so hard to make sure that students are going into the university with ease, with the introduction of the free level 100 and then the expansion of the student loan trust fund. But a place that has been grossly neglected is the student accommodation. Hostels for students.
Yeah, rent issues.
I'm telling you, my sister, it's becoming a huge problem. Campuses across Ghana, everywhere you go, students are complaining of the rate at which hostel owners are milking them. Today, every campus you go, campuses, hostels are not able to house students, even close to 10% of the school population. The rest rely on private hostels. And these private hostel owners are making it look as if they are doing favors to these students. And when you go to a hostel and they mention a price for you, you ask yourself, hey, are you in the United States? Are you in the UK? A room that is taking over 6 students, 8 students, you are taking each student 3,000 cedis a semester, which is very bad. And it is like the attention has been swayed off. These students are suffering. Parents suffer to take their students to school, and they are paying for accommodation, which is even more higher than the fees they are paying for the student to learn. What is the primary reason for going to the university? To go and then study, have lectures. And the hostel fee you are paying is more than the school fees you are paying. Recently, I was there, a lady called me that her hostel manager Asakeno. What is the reason? That the hostel manager said he gave the room out for a semester. The semester is up, so he's not even adding a day. I asked the hostel manager, how do you calculate a semester? He said the semester is for 4 months. I said, what do you mean by 4 months? So if the student is sitting in the lecture hall to study for 4 months, the 1 month in order better exam, so you are not adding that as part of the semester. You sack this person out. My sister, it was very sad. It was very sad. Atadabraka. Oh, this man packed the kids. He packed their staffs out, locked the main gates, that they should even pay light bill before they go.
Wow.
Which is very bad. We've allowed these hostel managers to do things at their free will, quote their own prices, do whatever they want. You go to a hostel, these students are paying for the hostel fee, they are paying for their own water bill, they are paying for their own light bill. Some even have to bring their own mattresses. And they are taking huge sums of money from these students. And it's like government is unconcerned. Please. And this is the time that student groups and student association need to stand up, and they need to write against it. And I want to commend the NUC's president for the petition that was written to rent control.
But we've seen them taking an action.
Yes, we've seen them.
But you think it's not enough?
The problem didn't just start. And the way they are going around, yes, they can go around and do things for the cameras.
But that does not solve the problem.
Yes, they can do those things for the cameras. But after that, the real work need to be done. The real work need to be done. See, this is the time that student association needs to get involved. The SRCs, the NUCs, the GNUTs, the PUCs, the whatever, the national, all those student associations. This is the time that they need to come together. And even the university managements, they need to come together. These private hostels are housing your students and you feel unconcerned. It's like there's nothing concerned about you. Meanwhile, these are your students that are being housed there. You should have a say in their pricing. What are the things coming together to determine whatever price they are quoting? And it is very bad. You go to a hostel, 2 in a room, and they are taking a student over 6,000 a semester. 6,000, which is very bad. Are we telling this student not to go to school anymore? Today, university, entering the university is not a problem, but where to put your head to sleep, it's what people are thinking about now. Mr. President should look at that direction. The rent control need to be given they should be given more powers. People have complained over rents outside. Nothing has been done to it. And today, hostel. Today, when you get to Adabraka, almost every room, every nonsense is being changed to a hostel. You go to a place and Tabodan, you see, it's a hostel, and the person is giving out for 4-6 in a room, and the person even raise their shoulders and make it look like he's doing you a favor. Please, rent control should be looking at rooms that are being converted to hostel. They should be given some standards.
Right. They should be given some standards. Rent control and the governments all have a role to play in this. So we are just hoping that in the coming days it gets better. We've seen the rent control taking some actions by visiting some of the universities and speaking to some of the hostel managers. But as Mr. Zamani said, that alone is not enough. There should be more action when it comes to the rent issue of hostels, and they should also look at the standards of rooms. Not just any room or any building at all should be termed as a hostel. Hostel, there is supposed to be a conducive area for students to, have that comfort to sleep, re-energize themselves, resettle, reorganize themselves, and go back to the classroom. You spend a lot of hours in your classroom. You get home, you need that comfort and that peace of mind to learn as well. So rent control and the government, this is actually in your hands. We are hoping that we've seen you are working, but we need more action, just as Mr. Zamani said. Right, at this juncture, we are going to be delving into our main topic for discussion this morning. For our first topic has to do with President John Dramani Mahama signing the Legal Education Reform Bill. President John Dramani Mahama has signed the Legal Education Reform Bill 2025 into law, introducing major changes to legal education in Ghana. The new law ends the long-standing monopoly of Ghana School of Law as the only institution allowed to provide professional legal training in the country. For more than 66 years, students who wanted to become lawyers had to pass through the Ghana School of Law after completing their LLB degree. However, many qualified law graduates were unable to continue because spaces were limited. You and I can see the building at Mokola. If you go to Mokola, you see that this one day, even kindergarten, entrance exams were highly competitive. You write the exams and then you find out that you didn't even pass. Sometimes you know that you wrote, but because allegedly the space is not big enough, so they will not admit you. And admission bottlenecks as well. They made the legal education look as if it's only for the elites. If you don't have money, you can't go to it. These are some of the bottlenecks that this legal education reform bill is actually coming to solve. And the new law will now allow accredited universities and institutions to offer professional legal education, provided they meet the required standards and receive approval from regulators. So it comes with a condition. If you don't meet the requirements, if you don't meet the standards, forget about it. You are not going there. And this reforms is meant to expand access to legal education, where everyone can have access to legal education. As long as you find yourself in an accredited university, you are good to go. Create more opportunities for aspiring lawyers and maintain high standards in legal training. The reform has been welcomed by many students. Obviously, a lot of students will be happy about this reform, and legal practitioners and civil society groups who have for years called for changes to Ghana's legal education system. And supporters believe the law will help reduce pressure on the Ghana School of Law and give more qualified graduates the opportunity to continue their legal training. There was actually a time where students actually protest that they should abolish the monopoly at the Ghana School of Law, they should open it for other universities to take place. And I think this government has come, listened to the plea of legal practitioners and students as well, and they said, why not? We are for the people, so we are going to do that. And indeed, they have. Yesterday, President John Dramani Mahama assented to that. So if you find yourself in a university and you feel like you have that zeal to become a lawyer, please, I will encourage you to buy the form. But in as much as you are buying the form, know that you'll be writing the national bar exams. And if you don't pass that bar exams, you will not be called to the bar. Mr. Zamani, how do you feel about the cancellation of the monopoly of the Ghana School of Law?
All right. Thank you so much. This morning, I want to thank you for the opportunity again. And I want to say a very big good morning to the 10th President, ATU, Madam McCaffrey. A very big good morning to you. And then Greater Accra 10th President. Believe you me, these guys are holding the party high and then party strong in our various universities. And they are doing some good works there. Coming Thursday, we'll be at Unimac GIJ.
Oh, that's my school.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We'll be at Unimac GIJ to, experience their handing over ceremony, the 10 handing over ceremony. For the first time, their 10th president is a female. So we'll be coming there, Sherita, Thursday, expect us. It will be graceful occasion now. So now, very well, now to our topic, the monopoly of, or the signing of the legal education reform bill. You see, this is a relief to everyone. This is a relief to anybody that appreciates legality. This is a review to this is a relief to legal practitioners. It has been long overdue. This is not the first time that people are talking about. When you go to advanced countries, it is not like that. How do we see our legal system for it to be made so sacred like that? Why do we make it look so difficult to enter into law school? Statistically, when we look at the ratio between the number of lawyers and then the people that need lawyers, you could clearly see that over 1,000 people are relying on, or realistically, we have like close to 20-30 people rely on particular lawyer, one lawyer. Statistically, the numbers of lawyers that we have in the system now. That is what we have. That is a reality on grounds today. And legal education shouldn't be made so secretive like that. It shouldn't be so difficult to enter into law school. And the fact that you are entering into law school doesn't mean you are going in there to finish and then practice. We have a lot of people that are done with law school and they are not practicing. Some go inside to have the legal education on a particular field just to do what? To make them just to have that kind of knowledge of legality. Na embwana nipa na intuminya den embwana brabo. So I believe that this reform is going to open more opportunity to students to go into and learn. Let's look at the facilities that we have in the Ghana School of Law. Do they have enough facility to even house 1,000 students at a go?
The space.
You get me? Can they house 2,000 students at a go? Can they house 3,000 students at a go? This is what we need to be looking at. And if it has been decentralized now, with the likes of Legon, UPSA, and then GIMPA, have some good environment and then have some, standardized lectures that can teach. And you see, when you go to the LLB, where the students migrate before they go to the Ghana School of Law, the lectures there, they are the same lectures that teaches them there. So that should clearly tell that some of these universities have the facilities to do what? To house these students. And this is actually going to decentralize the training of lawyers. It is going to make the lawyers that are going to come out more. We'll have more lawyers graduating at a time. And when it happens like that, even legal fees or legal costs, the cost to access a lawyer will even reduce. Today, consultation alone, Charlie, at a point in time, we had issues with our SRC elections, and then we decided to shake. We decided to test. We decided to test the law, kakra. Charlie, it wasn't easy. At a point, the way Some have to just withdraw one by one, Because imagine consultation alone, you are paying 4,000.
How much should you pay for the main case?
A consultation, you are paying 4,000. Every day the lawyer go to court on your case, you need to give him 1,000 cedis for full. Every day he goes to that aside the legal fees and kasankasa. This is what you are paying, and I believe that if we have more lawyers in our system, it is going to do what? Reduce all these things. And you see, aside that, we have people that are very brilliant and they are so disadvantaged in entering the law school. Today, do you know the amount of fees people are paying for the law school?
It's a lot.
You are paying close to 20,000 because you are doing 2 years at Ghana School of Law. The first year, you are paying close to 20,000 Ghana cedis. The second year, something a little below that. And I believe that if we should decentralize this, you see, when demand is high, definitely the price is going to rise. You get me? And it's not like we have enough supply in the system. It is just one person that is spearheading everything. And for that matter, the person quotes the money by himself. And most people today even rely on scholarship to go to law school. At least the person should be able to get legal education on it. And if we are able to educate more people on matters of legalities, crime and all those things are going to reduce. Because we know that, oh yes, people are aware of what is going on. And today we look at human rights law, corporate law, taxation, procurement, mining. Today, most of our crimes today, when you go to the corporate sector, is procurement. Procurement. You call a company and then someone issues, how do you call it? Issues a command but the person hasn't go through the right procurement processes. You get me? All these are educations that are supposed to be made. So I believe that His Excellency Mahama, during his campaign, promising that he is going to decentralize legal education and then assenting to it, His Excellency John Mahama deserves some accolades and some commendation. And we thank him so much that he has now opened it. Yesterday, when I saw the news, a friend of mine that every day he has been telling me that he need to enter the law school, finally posted, he said, yes, finally we can now go to the law school. If not for nothing, fees are going to be reduced. If not for nothing, he now knows that entering into Ghana School of Law is not going to be so complex like those days. You get me? So I believe that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is doing some good jobs that he needs that commendation. And Ghanaians really need to support His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We can clearly see the number of bills that he has passed into laws in this short period. Serious ones. You get me? And we are not here to list them, to list all those bills. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC is doing fantastically well. With this, I believe the minority is in support, the majority is, the whole Ghanaians are in support of this. And for that matter, we give him thumbs up for that.
But first of all, why was it so difficult for students to get enrolled in the Ghana School of Law?
Just as I said, monopoly. It is not like you have the facility. And then the number of people that would want to go in, we all don't have the same level of intelligence. You can have 90, someone is having 100. You are all getting the pass mark. But priority is going to be given to the one that has the highest mark. Meanwhile, we all have gained the pass mark. You get me? Yeah. So I believe those were some of the reasons. And then again, facilities. Ghana School of Law does not have the enough facility to house more students. You get me? And the process, Charlie, the preparation process alone. Today, legal education is not, you can just sit behind your phone and then have some, how do you call it, education on matters of legality. When you pick your AI right now, you need advice on a crime that has been committed and you want to take an action. AI will give you an advice. And even within the law space, I learned there's an AI system that help them do what? Make some references. So you could clearly see that there has been some advancement in that particular field. It is not complex as it used to be. Things are being eased up today. And for that matter, there's the need for us to take a second look at it. And then easing the process. So I believe that is why the process was monopolized, and they did not have the enough, how do you call it, facilities to house to house students.
The students.
Yes.
Would you say that we made our legal education sort of to be for a specific class of people?
Very well, very well. Because before, aside the money that you will need to enter the school alone, books that you would need to study are so expensive, so expensive. So if you don't have the finances to enter into Ghana School of Law, you will go in and you will come out. Believe you me, it is stressing, and it is, how do you call it, so consuming financially. And for that matter, you need to be financially okay.
Stable.
Aside you being brilliant, intelligent to go and study and pass, you need to be financially okay to go into law school. So you can see the likes of, I don't want to mention it, the A class, the people that are okay in the community. Those are the people that we see them go to law school. The children of those people that we see going to law school. But we have colleagues that we sat in class with, that we saw they are brilliant and they could go and read law, but you get me. Yes,
the money is not there. Is this in a way going to affect the quality of lawyers?
It is not going to affect the quality, because at the end of the day, powers are being given to Ghana School of Law to oversee the bar licensure exam. So it is more or less like whatever was being done in the Ghana School of Law has now been extended to various universities, and they are going to oversee it. So nothing has changed actually, but just that this university has been given accreditation to house these students on behalf of Ghana School of Law, and accreditation is going to be given by Ghana School of Law. So if they feel that your university is not credible enough to get accreditation to teach or to embark in the Ghana School of Law licensure exam, you are not going to be given the accreditation. And so far, I think 3 universities have been mentioned: University of Ghana, UPSA, and I think KNUST. These are the universities that have been mentioned that they will be giving the license to pick students and then let them write the licensure exam, or they will be given the accreditation by Ghana School of Law.
I know GamePad will also offer law.
Yes, GamePad offer law, but I've not heard GamePad's name as part of the agreement. There are other private schools, private universities that are also teaching LLB and all. But when we look at their facilities, and then this wouldn't reduce the quality of people, the quality of lawyers that are going to come out. It would not at all. No, the standard is going to be there.
How are we going to maintain it?
But there is the same institution that is giving the accreditation. So I believe the attention that was given to Ghana School of Law, same attention will be given to the other universities that are going to be given accreditation. And it is not going to be, giving accreditation is not something new in our dispensation. We see other universities accreditation being taken off, and we see people cladding themselves with positions that are not from accredited universities and are being taken off them. That is normal. This is actually going to enhance the system. This is going to educate more people. That is what we need to be looking at. Let's look at the positive part of it. Studying law or law is not a sacred thing. It's not like an awkward thing. I always say, money and looking so kuntain. No. Let's ease up the field, and let's make more people have interest in it. And when that happens, it's going to even reduce some nuisance activities that are even happening within our community or within even the country. People say they do things unknowingly. People say they do things they don't know about. What if we are opening the system to educate these people on these things? Don't you think things are going to reduce? It is going to reduce. So this is not going to compromise on quality at all. But this, I believe, is going to do what? Enhance the system.
System. We hear comments such as, could it be that we are short of lawyers in the country?
Yes. I gave you the statistics.
We are actually short of lawyers.
We are short of lawyers. Imagine you are going for consultation and you are being charged for 4,000.
So assuming there were lots of lawyers, you have other options.
Yes. If there are enough lawyers, you have other options to go to. But if it is few like that and the demand is high, imagine one lawyer taking cases of over 20-30 people. The one that has the highest money will be given the highest attention. Meanwhile, you equally need the attention. For adjournment. Your case will always be adjourned. One case they are taking 2 years. What your lawyer is always doing is adjourning, seeking for adjournment. No. And
anyways, but is this going to? Are we going to see too many lawyers in the system, just as we are seeing too many nurses and too many teachers?
No.
You think so?
No.
Because this is like an open door.
Yes. Government does not employ lawyers after they are done with school.
Mm-hmm.
Lawyers, after you are done with your school, it is more or less like you are up to yourself.
But is that not going to render people jobless?
No.
Because there are a lot.
No. You see, the way law is seen differently from teachers and then the nurses. Government has taken it upon itself, and it's even constitutionalized for government to absorb teachers that are coming out of the colleges of education, to absorb nurses that are coming out from the nursing schools. But it is not constitutionalized that government is a must for government to employ lawyers. No, government can call for the services of some lawyers. Fine, we have how do you call it, public legal practitioners that are in the public sector. But I know most of the lawyers go into private how do you call it, practice. You get me? So if it's about more lawyers in the system, yes, more lawyers in the system to advise us. It is not by force that after you are done with law school, you need to practice. Some go there to have the education just so that they can, you get me? Some even go there just to have the title. We have people that have completed law school, they have the ESQ on them. They've never been to court to defend anybody. You get me? So we cannot compare the numbers that are coming from law school to the teachers and then the nurses. No, it is totally different field. It is totally different field. Yes.
Are there any challenges we could encounter implementing these? Looking.
Every first project that is going to be implemented will face
protocol.
Oh, that be.
Especially opening it to other institutions to also take over.
That is what we are saying. As for human beings, human beings will always be human beings. As for that, we cannot take that fact away. Human beings will always be human beings. But there's need to be some check and balances along the line.
So that will be on the side of the government.
We cannot say that even Ghana School of Law, you cannot say vehemently that there's nothing happening back there.
There was a time allegedly I heard that.
We cannot say that there's nothing happening back door, and equally we cannot say that if it is being decentralized, something might not or something will not. But structures that we are going to put in place is going to see that at least the process is coming out of merit. It is not people buying their way out, as we all are assuming. People that are duly, or people that really deserve it, are coming out. That is what we need to be looking at. If we leave the process freely, people will go freely. But if it is proper channel, proper scrutiny, rigorous processes that people need to go, and as I said, even the Ghana School of Law has not been taken out of this.
No,
they are still there.
They are still going to.
Yes, the dean for Ghana School of Law, he is the same person and I learned the man is a serious man. That time I was watching and people were talking about him. They say the man doesn't joke. So clearly showing that the man is not going to work with people who joke. So let's not look at quality being compromised. No. But we are just trying to broaden the scope of legal education, get more people involved, train more people, and then have our system tuned up a little bit, just so that at least the cost into legal education is not going to be that expensive. I have tried a lawyer before. I have worked with a lawyer directly before. So if I say legal fees, I mean it. Legal fees, it's easy. It's easy at all.
Yes. Looking at the government decentralizing the law education, legal education for other accredited universities who are so also take over. What happens to the Ghana School of Law then, in as much as they are going to be operated? Don't you think that there was going to be a limit to the number of students they actually
Oh yeah,
because we've all heard the story behind the Ghana School of Law that it is difficult to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the government has opened the floodgates, let me say, for other universities to take up this course, why will I even bother myself to go to Ghana School of Law when I know that it will be easier to even get to go to Legon?
So that's what I'm saying. You know, it's all boils down to the numbers. Across universities, students that graduate from LLB compared to the ones that get admission to Ghana School of Law, you can clearly see that it's not even up to 10% of the students that get admission to Ghana School of Law. And it's not that Ghana School of Law is not going to house students anymore. Ghana School of Law is still going to house students. And we know Ghana School of Law is creme de la creme. Comparatively, it is more or less like someone going to Legon Presec and someone going to Achansi University, Achansi SHS or an SHS in the Bono region or something like that. Comparatively, you know that someone going to Legon Presec is sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? That respect is being given to Legon Presec. So in this particular field, Ghana School of Law is creme de la creme, and everyone. Even though there has been decentralization and accreditation is being given to other universities, believe you me, more people will want to graduate from Ghana School of Law and have that tag that I graduated from Ghana School of Law. Mm-hmm. You know how challenging lawyers can be. You met me at the bar. I've been serving at the bar for 20 years. Mm-hmm. I've been serving at the bar for 30 years. You are my senior, I'm your junior, and all those things. You know how lawyers collide themselves with it. I graduated, very soon they will come. I graduated from Ghana School of Law. You graduated from University of you get me? All those things are going to come out. So it is not going to compromise that at all. I believe that it's going to challenge the system. You get me? It's going to challenge the system for students that are coming out of Legon University, students that are coming out of UPSA, students that are coming out of GIMPA, students that are coming out of KNUST law schools. They are going to do a challenge each other, because we know that competition do what bring about the best. So they are going to challenge. Every school would want to say that, oh, my student took up this complex case and he won it. My student picked this complex case and he did this to the complex case. That is what every school is going to be looking at. That is how Legon University collide themselves, because they say, yes, if it comes to debate, we are there. If it comes to engineering, we are there. KNUST say if it comes to science related courses, we are there. Technical universities say if it comes to engineering, we are there. That is where the challenge is. And when challenge is there and when competition is there like that, we all have the best. There's nothing like we are going for inferior. No, we are all looking for the creme de la creme. Yes.
So the competition is still going.
Oh yes, yes.
Lastly, on this particular topic, what would you say to an aspiring individual who actually wants to embark on the law journey?
Oh yeah, personally, I'm looking forward to enter the law school.
Oh really?
Yes.
Right after this, the decentralization.
Yes, personally, I had the plans. I had the plans of entering the law school before even decentralization.
Oh, that's
came
nice.
through.
I guess you should be excited about this decision.
Oh yes, we are all excited. So opportunity has been given by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and we are going to utilize it. It is not going to be the small size of number entering there. We all know that now we have options. If not Ghana School of Law, we can go to University of Ghana, either UPSC, and go and study the law and pass out to be lawyers. So I believe this opportunity needs to be captured and utilized well by Ghanaians. Personally, we are looking at seeing some, doing some touches and then see if we can enter there and then come out to serve the good people of Ghana. We are not going to. I have the notion that when I should enter into law school and come out, believe you me, we are going to work. Most of our works are going to be pro bono, because we want to serve our community and then give more legal education. That is why we are trying to get ourselves equipped with some legal knowledge before we go in there. So I believe this is an opportunity that needs to be captured by all. So let's just make good use of it and then go into there and then come and serve the good people of Ghana.
Right, that's quite impressive. That's actually impressive coming from you, and this is like a gateway, an answered prayer that God has listened to. So you'll be moving into the legal education with ease. You wouldn't be scared kabosh, kalash when you buy the forms and you write the exams to get yourself enrolled in Ghana School of Law. Now, if you find any accredited university, all you need to do is just buy the forms, go and study the law, and then right after that there is going to be a national bar exams. It's not going to be easy, but you have to pull your weight, and I believe that surely with determination you will get into it and you will be called to the bar.
Yes.
And just as Mr. Zamani said, once he completes that, he would like to take pro bono work.
Yes.
So please look at him very well. Put his contact down. Once he's done with law school and he's called to the bar, just go to him as he has promised. He wants to serve the community. So there's going to be a couple of pro bono works before he moves into it and get the cash. So look at him very well, Mr. Zamani, Gausa Zamani. Right, thank you so much. Let's move on to our next topic for discussion. Ghana becomes Africa's 8th largest economy as GDP hits $118 billion. Ghana has officially become the 8th largest economy in Africa after its economy grew significantly in 2026. According to the latest report by the IMF, Ghana's economy is now valued at about $118 billion, up from $108 billion in 2025. This means Ghana's economy has expanded, and the country is now ranked among the top economies on the continent. The growth was mainly supported by gold mining, ICT and digital technology, and financial services. Ghana's gold sector performed strongly because global gold prices remain high, bringing in more export revenue and foreign exchange. The ICT sector also continued to grow as more businesses and services become digital, while financial services expanded through technology-driven banking and mobile financing. The new ranking shows that Ghana's economy is becoming more diversified, meaning growth is no longer coming from only one sector. Experts say the improvement also signals recovery after years of economic difficulties, including high inflation, cedi depreciation, debt restructuring challenges, and the growth could also improve investor confidence and strengthen Ghana's position within West Africa and the African continent. Despite the positive growth, economists warn that Ghana still faces important challenges, including public debt pressures, fiscal constraints, dependency on global commodity prices, and external financing risks. This means governments will still need strong economic management to maintain stability and sustain growth. So Ghana is ranked as the 8th largest economy in Africa. Before I come to you, Mr. Zamani, good morning to you, Mr. Kingsley Akwa. You are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
It's good to have you finally.
I'm here.
We thank
you
God.
know the challenges.
What challenge?
What are the challenges?
Traffic.
What challenge?
If you know there's traffic on your road, what do? You have to be proactive about it.
I've even parked in the middle of the week.
Hey,
yes.
Easy. The way you guys are checking out of debate this time around. It's normal.
We've heard.
That's the fact. That's the reality.
It's normal.
The traffic has been there for how many?
I used the same road to get here. I'm even from far place.
Traffic has been there.
I'm even from far place that you are coming from.
There are so many different
Mr. Kingsley, you were late. I think the best thing you can do is just apologize.
That's
You
what
see,
I'm saying. I'm
if you want,
my viewers and my
if you want us,
listeners to
if you want
forgive me.
us,
And the challenge,
see, I can even give you the
that
rest of the time. I
challenge
can
is
give you
there.
the rest
the
of.
challenge is traffic. And
See,
they should
I
pardon
can
me for
pardon
that.
him. I can pardon him and give him the rest of the time if that is what you want.
Or if
This
you
is
wanna
not come
figure
here to
out your
find
lies here.
to find.
No, we
dispute
should
what-
engage. We should engage
To
because
spew
I'm not
what?
going to allow you to spew lies.
To spew what?
So we should engage.
You are late.
The
You are
remaining
late.
time, we
You
can use
You
it.
are late, which is a disrespect to the listeners. You should be
let's move on.
apologizing.
That is why
Not finding means to defend yourself. That
It's
is
the
what you
cost
need
of
to
your
be doing.
government. It's the cost of
You
your
need to be
government.
apologizing to the
If
host.
were to have,
You need to be
better
apologizing
roads
to
apply.
myself. You need to be apologizing to myself.
I
That is
don't
what
know
you
where
need
you
to
are
be
coming
doing.
from. You know where I'm coming from.
You are late.
Thank you.
The bottom
I've
line is
admit-
you are late.
I have admitted.
So you need to apologize.
Hello, audience and viewers. I'm apologizing that I'm late this morning, and due to the terrible road trafficking that the current
After you
government-
apologize to the host.
then I would have
Apologize
known
to the host.
You should
No,
allow me.
apologize to the host.
You should allow me.
You are taking too much time. You don't have much more
We're
time to
still
talk
close
about.
at 10
Wow.
o'clock.
So you apologize to the host. Do that
In fact,
quickly.
you have forgiven me, and
Apologize.
My dear host also has forgiven me. As
After
well.
you do to me too.
Then my co-partner.
Good. You are good to go.
Right.
Hey, to me, Amudo.
Let's proceed. We've seen Ghana ranked as the 8th largest economy in Africa. Does this actually mean that the economy is growing, Mrs. Amani?
But he already have enough time, so you should start it from. He said he has given the rest of the time to me, and that also is fine.
I actually thought you were now settling in, so I wanted to give you.
That's good of you.
I wanted to give you the time to settle
the rest
in.
Of the time.
So have you settled
Yeah, you
in now?
speak,
So
speak.
would you answer my question? Right, then let's proceed.
You speak.
Is that they said what? Ghana is what?
Ranked as the 8th largest economy in Africa.
In Africa.
Yes.
And what does constitute?
That should tell us that we are improving as a country.
We are improving. In which way? Are they telling us the truth?
But we've seen our inflation.
Again, let me
come
extend
down.
my greetings to my constituents and the entire Ghanaians as well, and your viewers and your listeners as well. You see, the fact needs to be told. If you are saying that Ghana is growing and is ranked as the 8th growing country on the continent,
Largest economy.
the largest economy
in Africa.
being a continent, right? So, what are the factors that they merge to come out with this, report?
They mentioned gold mining, ICT and technology, and also financial services. That is actually what contributed to us getting where we are as the 8th largest economy in Africa.
Financial services.
Yes.
That points out clearly that the banking cleanup that the previous government did was on the right path, because this government has not done anything in our banking system. If you agree with me, and my brother will agree with it. You see,
if you are making your comments, make your comments.
You see,
agree with you.
Yes, you need to agree with me. This statement clearly prove out that the previous administration led by Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the bank clean exercise that they did was on a good direction. But one thing that I would like to question is that, are they saying that the economy is growing without employment? Because Ghanaians are suffering. The youth of this country are suffering. There is unemployment, there is no jobs. And the one thing I also want to question again, the second one I would like to question also is gold mining. So whoever that brings out this report, is the person aware that Ghana, we are suffering from illegal mining activities? That also is another problem. So if you tell us, say yes, indeed, yes, of course, we understand the economy is one of the largest on the continent, and you consider mining being a key part of it, that is the advantage. So what is the disadvantage of the mining that they mentioned? Because we are in this country, we know mining in Ghana now, the illegal miners contribute 80% of our mining.
But we have legal mining.
That's what I'm saying. The legal mining is 20%.
Where did you get that report from?
And that is my findings.
Where?
So we should also ask these people that where did they get this report from? If you are asking me this question, IMF.
Yes.
Who is IMF? Will we sit down for IMF always dictating for this country? That's what I'm saying, that did IMF also consider the unemployment rate in this country?
So these are the contributing factors to actually know that the economy is doing better. And that has to do with inflation. They mentioned inflation. We've seen our GDP. You and I can attest that our inflation has dropped. As of today, our inflation is somewhere 4%.
Do you have monies in your pocket?
And we see, I have money.
That's thank God that you have money.
You should be calculating it.
You see?
Because he's lying too much.
You see?
Yes.
Now you want to come in.
No, your time. We have given you
see,
time.
you see, that's why IMF should be bold enough to tell us. I am questioning the report from IMF because Ghana, we know we are suffering from unemployment. The current government is not able even to pay workers, and you are telling us that the economy is good and is considered as one of the largest among 8 largest growing economy on the continent of Africa. No, are they doing disservice to us or what? Please, they should give us a break. We are here. Ghanaians are going through stress. Ghanaians are going through, unemployment. And you are telling us that the economy is growing. If the economy is growing and the GDP is down, why can't the government pay workers? Why can't the government employ people? These are some of the questions that we should put out there for these IMF people. We are tired of today document, today we've released survey, today we've released. We are tired. You see, the youth of this country are tired of IMF because we need jobs. You are telling us inflation is down. When you go to the pump, how much do we buy fuel as at now? You are telling us that the dollar is down comparing to cedi. So when you go to what do you call the market, what are the market women saying? What are business people saying? What are drivers saying? You get it. What are the government institutions? What are they saying? These are some of the things that the IMF should consider. Rather than telling us that inflation is down. Yes, indeed, yes, we know inflation is down. Based on the 39.1 billion loss caused by the Bank of Ghana.
39.
Yes, 39.
Where are you getting that figures from?
Really?
It's not 44 anymore.
You see, I'm telling you this. You know why? Because it's not 44 anymore because we consider it in a way. Hold on. I'm giving you breakdowns. You see, Bank of Ghana took our gold to sell, to make money for themselves. So when you add that the gold that they took from gold board, it sums up to 44 billion Ghana cedis. And yes, if you want to tell us, you see,
calculation you are doing is not tallying for you.
But let me tell you this.
I am not an expert.
Let me tell you this. NBC communicators are now speaking for Bank of Ghana. And the facts need to be told. In the first time of this country, in the history of this country, Bank of Ghana sent their annual report to MPP communicators. NBC communicators. You see, and why are they doing this to ourselves? And why are they doing this service to the country? Today, Bank of Ghana no more send their report to Parliament, but rather they send the report to NDC communicators.
How do you know that?
And it's a fact. I am a party communicator. I'm a politician. And I do a lot of findings.
So I want to know.
The first people to talk about the Bank of Ghana statement is the NDC communicators.
So that means that the report was given to them.
Yes, because it is the NDC communicators who initially report that it is 15 million loss. Isn't it?
Do you know that
Bank of Ghana actually published it?
But you know you can actually have access to
it. I know.
So why are you saying that it was given to the NDC?
Which people mounted press conference on this? Which people?
Was it not the NPP?
No.
Was it not Kojo Oppong that came out?
Maybe you are lost. Let me tell you. It is the NDC communicators who first.
Which communicator held the press conference?
Okay. Who first held press conference in regards to the Bank of Ghana statement?
Which NDC communicator?
Again.
Mention the person's name.
They published this document.
You see, you're telling
Bank
lies.
of Ghana published this document on their
website. When we have the opportunity, let's be truthful.
Oh, give me my time. In fact, I admit
you have it. You have
it. The least time that I have, let me utilize it, please.
Yeah, you have it.
Bank of Ghana published the statement, the document on their website, the mid of the night, midnight, and in less than 1 hour, they delete it. Why? Because they find out that these people are going to, figure out the loopholes. Because when you calculate the loss made by Bank of Ghana, It's up to the $44 billion that we are talking about. But they came out to tell us it's 15 billion. Okay? Which is false. This document is out there and we are all reading it. When you add up the losses of Bank of Ghana, including the gold that they took from Gold Board, it sums up to the $44 billion that we are mentioning. And that is the fact. So yes, IMF report declare or shows that inflation is down. And we initially told Ghanaians that the cedi is appreciating, the dollar is coming down based on the artificial injection of the $4.4 billion that this current government injects into the economy. And we were telling them the truth. But they said no, that is lies. But now at the end of the year, Bank of Ghana report has revealed that yes, indeed, Ghana is traveling on artificial economy. That we end up making losses in the first time in the history of this country. That you said yes, inflation is good, inflation is stable, inflation is coming down. But yes, so the Bank of Ghana, which is the backbone of the country, is running losses.
Right.
So we should ask ourselves, the artificial economy that we are riding on is exposing the NDC. They should be very careful. We have 3 points, whatever inflation, but still you cannot pay nurses. The inflation is down, but still you've given cocoa farmers haircut. Inflation is down, you cannot pay teachers. Inflation is down, we have a lot of money resting in the Bank of Ghana, but still you cannot employ people. You cannot create jobs. You cannot create the 24-hour 133 shift that you mentioned. So what shows? This country is riding on artificial economy, and the Bank of Ghana is going to expose the NDC bitterly going forward.
Mr. Zamani.
You see, it is so pathetic when we get the opportunity and then we decide to, spew out lies. And I'm going to expose you here. I will expose you.
Expose the government.
One, you claim NDC communicators held a press conference. We asked you who. You could not.
Sami Jamfi is one of them.
That's
yes,
fine. That's fine.
Press conference.
That's
fine. That's fine.
He was on media. He was on television. He was on radio.
Please.
Asking for debate debate with Opon Kuma.
But that is not a press conference.
Oh.
That is not press conference.
Oh.
That is not press conference.
Mr. Kingsley.
You see, it is not that we are so knowledgeable when we are here. It's just an opportunity being given by Ghana Talk Radio.
So when you have the opportunity, speak the truth.
Ghana Talk Radio has just given you another opportunity.
Speak the truth.
So let's be truthful.
Sami Jamfi is a party communicator.
Please.
Aside being a CEO.
Please. You claim
Who claim?
that party communicators held press conference. We asked you who. You could not mention even a name. But I'm going to prove to you. The first press conference that was held by members of the Finance Committee, of which your people form part of the Finance Committee in Parliament, which was led by Honorable Atta Issa, where he gave us the figures that had been published by Ghana Bank of Ghana already, where he gave us the figures, apt. Then we had a counter press conference from the minority caucus of the House, led by Kojo Opon Nkrumah, came to cook figures for us. First, he came to say 44 billion. Now he's telling us 30-something billion. We don't know which one to accept and which one to reject.
I don't read the statement.
We don't know which one to accept and which one to reject. And as at now, we've not had Kojo Opon Nkrumah to sit on any panel to come and then what? Defend all his claims. We've given him a match to come and face us. Defend all his claims. He could not say it. Today you are here. Please. Today you are here saying that IMF, you are tired of IMF.
Yes, we are.
And IMF is not doing what? And IMF is not the one to tell that your economy is doing well. Oh, who took us to IMF? Have you forgotten your government took us to IMF? Have you forgotten that the fugitive Oforiata is the one that took us to IMF? Did he do us any good? So please, for how do you call it? Ghana to be determined as the 8th best economy in Africa. You think eighth largest economy in Africa? You think that was done by a sleepover thing? There's internationally accepted accounting method that was calculated for us to reach where we are today. To say that Ghana's economy is performing good or Ghana's economy is large, we look at what is happening to our inflation rate. At what rate is this price, or at what rate is the price of goods and services rising?
This guy.
That is what we are looking at.
Once I bought pure water, 70 pesos yesterday.
Where did you buy that?
70 pesos.
You guys are going around lying all over that pure water is 70 pesos.
70 pesos.
You guys are going all. My mother ran a provision store.
70 pesos.
My mother has a provision shop in Osu. Pure water is 50 pesos there. I don't know where you guys have cooked your own shop and you are selling your pure water 70 pesos. So go and be buying it there at 70 pesos. That's 70 pesos. We don't know.
Good.
We are saying that we are looking at our gold reserves. Over the weekend we saw the able gallant communicator, national communicator, the Honorable Sami Jenfi at key point. You see, they are all over. Please. They are all over saying that NDC actually came to meet some gold reserves at Bank of Ghana.
Of course.
And then we didn't add anything to it, and we are only selling. You are here saying, of course. But we can tell you that go to Bank of Ghana website and go to Gold Board website, and you are going to see that just within a year, with our reserves, with the leadership of Sami Jenfi, we've been able to add 10 tons to our national reserves. In your government, for the past 8 years, you were only able to add 20 tons to the reserve that we have already.
Because
you can go online and check. You can go there. You can go there. You were not champion. You were not
illegal
champion.
mining. But this government is championing illegal mining.
Relax. Have you forgotten the Minister of State? Sure. The Minister for Science and then whatever that came to publish that your government officials were engaged in illegal mining. Kojo upon Kruma and then what's the name? Your director of operation, Lord Comey and co names were mentioned in the report that they were all engaging in Galamsey. Why is Woon to me at court today? Is it not because of Galamsey? You are saying that our government officials are in Galamsey? Have you heard any NDC person name being mentioned that this person is engaged in Galamsey? Please don't go there.
Joseph
if it's about
Joseph Yami is one of them.
Today we are challenging Raymond Atta.
No, we are one of them. When you are here spewing lies, I will not allow you.
We are challenging Raymond Atta.
I am not going to
we
allow
are challenging Raymond Atta to come out with report that these people are engaged in Galamsey. Please don't go there.
You want to spew out lies, and I will not say that. I am not going to allow you.
Don't go there.
I have mentioned your key party leaders' names to you that they are involved.
With your
Amenfi Central, Joanna Jane, your parliamentary candidate in 2024, Joanna Jane, Amenfi Central. He was caught on tape in Galamsey pit.
You don't know what you're saying.
Illegal mining. So what are you telling us?
Keep quiet and let me.
You think you are just coming to read
let me have my time.
You always depend on report.
Keep quiet and let me have my time.
We are telling you what is going on the ground. I have mentioned names to you. Yakubu Abanga is one of them. Joseph Yami is one of them. Joanna Jane is one of them. So now prove to me.
So you next time come.
No wonder you are defending Sami Jenfi Gold Board system. Gold Board issues because Sami Jenfi is now paying the NDC communicators, and we are aware. We are aware. So stop spewing out lies to Ghanaians. We are tired and sick of all these lies.
Mr. Samani,
you should be tired of your party. If you are tired, be tired of your party. I'm telling you. You see, Ghana's economy is on a high rise. Today, our GDP compared to what was it yesterday, it is not the same thing today. And you see, when we say our Bank of Ghana is working, you make reference to the fact that Bank of Ghana is in debt or Bank of Ghana is running into losses. Let's not make it look like this is the first time Bank of Ghana is running into losses. Consistently, for the past 8 years, Bank of Ghana always run into losses. And these losses, comparatively, we look at good losses and we look at bad losses. Now, whatever losses that is being incurred this time around, let's look at the way the economy is today. And let's look at the way the economy is before when those losses were being made. Just before you left power, Bank of Ghana did run into losses. What was the exchange rate then? Nothing to be right home about. What was the inflation rate then? At what rate were people going to bank and inflation, like what rate were people taking loan for? we look at all these things. Now, comparatively, let's look at what is happening in the sector today. Today, people are able to go to markets, people are able to go to the bank and borrow money at lower interest rates.
The Women's Bank.
At lower interest rate. Before, when in your time of government, interest rate was as high as 40%. Today, interest rate is as low as 18% Bank of Ghana rate. That is what I'm giving you.
Have you established the
Please. We are here saying that today we are now talking for Bank of Ghana.
Mm-hmm. That's what you are doing.
I'm saying, is Kojo Opon Nkrumah a staff at the Bank of Ghana? Does he work at the PR department of Bank of Ghana? But he is all over cooking figures and throwing it out there. So please, don't go there. So if we say our economy is doing good, it is as a result of the mess you people left and the disciplinary mechanisms and measures that this government and Atufosin has put in place to ensure that we are where we are today. So please, if you are getting accolades from the Africa, from the national level, from the continental level, please, let's hold it. Let's not make it look like say opposition party tinu at the papa be eba Ghana wa yempe. You should be clapping for this. Right. Why should you see a problem with the fact that our economy is 8th largest in the whole Africa?
Right.
Why should you be having a problem
So
with
formally we were 10th, but now we are 8th. That is an evidence that our economy is.
That is what I'm saying.
How do we sustain it then?
Oh, my sister, we see where we are channeling to. You can clearly see what is happening. You can clearly see what Atufosin is doing. You can clearly see. Very soon we'll be exiting IMF. And exiting IMF, it is not as a result of overborrowing and overspending. No, it is as a result of disciplinary measures that has been put in place. It is not as a result of digging pits. It is not going to be as a result of what? Misspendings. That is not going to be the case. It is not going to be as a result of what? Hiring planes and bathing in them and paying huge sums of money an hour. That is not what we are going to do. It is going to be as a result of what? Properly managing our economy and saving our reserve. Let's look at the wonders that Goldboard is doing to our economy. And believe you me, in the coming years, it's going to be marvelous. It's going to be very, very marvelous. This is just the establishment. Please,
how are we going to sustain
it? Please,
how are you going to sustain it?
Coming in. You know I can do what you are doing.
No, the question is,
you clearly know. You know me.
Going to sustain
you know me.
It?
You know me. You know what you are doing. I am very good at it.
No, but you should answer the question
so
right away.
So if we
you didn't come early.
I am not interjecting.
I'm telling you
to go on track.
See, I can go your tangent.
Answer her question.
I can go your tangent.
Answer her question.
Please allow me to speak.
Please
allow me to speak. Allow me to speak. Your party is not doing any good. Are you part of any of the committees? I should be asking you that question.
Yes, as I said earlier on, please, he is bold in now speaking out lies because Samijati is paying the NDC communicators, and that is the fact.
Mr. Kingsley, let me listen to him.
Let him go straight to the point.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
How
are you going to sustain it?
That is what I'm saying.
Right.
That is what I'm saying. Our economy today is performing fantastically.
That's how we sustain it.
Please. The economy today is doing fantastically well. And I've given you reference of where we've come from and where we are today. We see the excellent work that all the agencies are doing. Bank of Ghana is performing solidly well, cushioning the economy and not spending over, unnecessarily. Today, we are now back to the Eurobond market. We can clearly go there and borrow money. We've been given the green light. But some years back, there was we were blacklisted. We could not go there. With the aid of Dr. Bawumia, the economic risk it. The one that told us that he had the men. That is what he did. But this time around, the economy has been positioned very well that we can clearly do what? Go out there. But you see, that is not what we are focused on. Look at the good works that Goldboard is doing. Just at its pilot stage, just as its establishment, let's look at the amount of contribution that it has made to the Bank of Ghana, to our economy. And now, let's look into the future. Greater things are going to be happening. You are looking at me. right now, your party.
Because your question,
serious things
has not been answered.
Serious things that are happening in this country. Serious things that are happening in this country that we need you guys to come and help us to govern this country. You people are all over. You people are all over. Debating on committees. I'm even surprised you are here. I'm surprised you are here. I'm surprised you are here because all MPP communicators are on strike. I'm telling you, all MPP communicators are on strike because they've not been placed on committees.
Then for your information,
because they've been placed on
strike
committees.
Because I will not sit down.
They will arrest you.
Me.
They will arrest you
for what?
For coming here today. That is why he was late.
Because you see,
that is why he was late. I'm telling you. No, the communicators. We are with them on Facebook.
So, listen.
We are with them on Facebook. They are all over complaining.
Gentlemen.
Oh, political mavis and co.
Calm down.
They are saying that Baomi have taken his own people and placed them on committees.
Calm down. Let's finish with this. Then we'll do that back.
His issue is committee. That is going to be his last statement.
Let me hear
his
from
issue
you.
is committee.
Concluding on this matter, let me hear from you. You are saying that there's nothing that actually proves that our economy is recovering. What do you want to see?
His problem is committee.
You see, my problem still remains the same.
Which is
that how can you tell us that our economy is doing well, the economy is on track, whilst the government cannot pay its workers, whilst the government cannot employ its people? You get it? So I remain, and I'm saying this for a fact that IMF should give us a break, because to bring the Ghanaian economy or Ghana's economy to this level is not just by overnight. And I want to emphasize on the financial cleanup exercise done by the previous government. That IMF has stated it that yes, financial cleanings form part of their report. That alone, I have admit they are right, because the previous government saw this from afar.
How much did you use to clean the banking sector?
Of course,
how much did you use to collapse the banks?
Economy tomorrow
how much did you use
and indeed we are here today because of the financial cleanup.
What financial cleanup? How much did you invest in cleanup?
And they cannot give credit to them.
How much did you invest in cleanup? And how much did you invest in establishing?
Atuforsen cannot give
when you
credit
people were all
to the
over
NDC
state properties
because they've done nothing.
Mr. Zamani.
They've done nothing. Now go and
they
look
were
at
all
the
over
exercise
state
that is
properties. What did you do?
You know,
how much did you invest
have not been able to employ Ghanaians. You have not been able to provide housing, better
and you
housing
think Baumia
system for
is an
Ghanaians,
option
but
to
you
Ghanaians?
end up,
you think
demolishing people
properties.
Listen, where the country is heading to, we are not going to sit down.
Should be fighting on your committee.
Mahama and his cronies to drive the country the way they want it. We are going to speak against anything that they are doing against the country. Again, I am saying this for a fact. The president and John Dramani Mahama, the NDC communicators, they should sit up, they should reason enough and look at it very well that the economy that they are claiming is doing well is nothing but artificial. It is nothing but artificial. They should employ Ghanaian youth into our businesses. They should create jobs for the people. How can you tell us that the economy is doing well while someone has taken 90 billion in Abedu cultivation? How can you tell us that the economy is doing well by telling the Ghanaian youth?
We tell you to prove
by
it.
telling the Ghanaian youth that they should invest their business in what the selling of
never think our listeners are gullible to listen to this
and we are not going to sit down.
Our
This is untrue and we are not going to sit down.
It is only your MPP people you are tickling.
He's
doing this to impress Baumia for appointment.
You see, Bank of Ghana has made a total loss in this case upon all the haircut you give to cocoa farmers. You couldn't even afford to pay your debt. Upon all the haircuts you've given to cocoa farmers, you have not been able to even pay nurses. You've not been able to even pay teachers. You've not been able to even make the government institutions so attractive for the people. And what are you telling us? You expect us to sit down, fold our arms, and clap for you that you are doing well? Yes, I understand the point he's making. The economy is doing well for the NDCs, not the entire Ghanaians, because now Ibrahim Mahama has the right and is mining freely. Now Ghana, the president has entrusted our, the most essential commodity, the gold, into the hands of his own brother. And now it has become, the government of John Dramani Mahama has become the Yencheni government that they were speaking against, that a Kufuor government is a Chim Sakawa government. Now, let's ask John Dramani Mahama that the government that he is leading now is a stand to what? It has turned to what? He should come and tell us.
Right.
Now John Dramani Mahama and his family people are enjoying.
Right.
We were all here. When someone went and said, she was saying that she went and arrested about 40 excavators. Hanabisu, where is that woman? Where is that woman? And where are the lost excavators?
We
were
so
here
much.
when there is what do you call a whole energy minister came and told us that about 40 containers containing ECG equipment is lost. Now the same minister has come to tell us that they have been able to retrieve us. From where? From where? So we are tired and sick of the NDC. They should give us a break. I know my brother is loud because I've been saying all these promises was made to them in the 2024 general election. That Sami Jemfi said it clearly that he is going to make sure he finances the communication department of the NDC, and that's what they are doing. That is why the Bank of Ghana statement was presented to the NDC communicators even before Parliament. In the first time of this in the history of this country, when has Bank of Ghana issued a statement, annual report to a party communicators, rather than laying it in Parliament for Parliament to debate and dive into it and make sure that all the figures that the bank is quoting is clear and is being accepted. Please, we should not do this to ourselves.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley. Thank you so much, Mr. Zamani. Your last words before we leave.
Next time you should come early. Okay?
I don't have problem.
Because it looks like there's no time for me to dissect all the lies that you are spewing now. But it should be known for a fact that it is written nowhere, it is captured nowhere that Bank of Ghana annual reports must be presented to Parliament. It is written nowhere. They only published it, and they did as they published to all Ghanaians. So if you are here and you are saying, you can go to their website, you see it there. So if you are saying NDC communicators, I don't know what you mean by NDC communicators. I don't know how Kojo Upon Nkrumah got access to it to come and hold that press conference and then lie, and you guys are picking it up and you are all over disgracing yourself. And you see, for your information, Ghanaians are not gullible as you think they are. Ghanaians, we are very discerning, and anything we say here, they fact check, they double check to ensure that whatever we are saying here is the truth, and that is the absolute truth. So when we get the opportunity like this, let's not make it look like we are in government anymore. You are in opposition. No, I am in government.
Yes.
I am in government. You are in opposition. So if you are speaking, do the honors to the good people of Ghanaians and tell them the truth. I can lie and find my way, and I have been so honest to myself and be truthful to Ghanaians. Anything I've said here is fact. You can go back and play my cassettes. And so, an advice to you: you should join your fellow communicators in protesting to get a slot for the committees that has been given out.
Right.
That is what you need to be doing now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zamani. Mr. Kingsley, your last words.
I'm not going to go on the tangent that he just dropped, but
I'm just fighting for a brother. I'm just fighting for a brother because
fight for yourself.
So
you see,
because you are doing a very good job. Believe you me. Hey, at a point where everybody is checking out and is not talking for the party, and you are always here communicating for the party, and you've not been placed on a committee as a spokesperson.
You let me listen to him.
Ghanaian youths, look at what the current government is doing to you. He promised you guys job. What are the jobs? Ghanaian women. This government promised you Women's Development Bank. Where is it? You see, the NDC has lived with lies, and they are living with lies, and they will go to position with lies. Why I'm saying this is because
you say your last
words.
My last words.
Hey,
you have 1 minute for last words.
My last words. So, why I'm saying this,
you should be protesting.
Sami Jemfi in 2024-2025 said KPMG is not a credible audit service that they need to work, or we need to trust.
Come and give us tape on that.
I should give you tape.
I'll send it to you. Give us tape.
Okay.
Sami Jemfi.
I will be able.
Ghana Talks should disassociate yourself with this gentleman. Because last week he was here. Last week he told us that Global chicken out of Ghana because of mismanagement. They could not mismanage their this one.
Mismanagement.
I had DM from Global officials.
They should come now. They should come now.
I had DM from Global. I like you.
And today, one of the best audits.
So
you are telling me
yes, Sami Jafi said it in 2024 that KPMG shouldn't be trusted. But now that same Sami Jafi in 2024 is saying that KPMG is a credible audit service provider that we should believe and we should trust the findings from KPMG.
Right, thank you so much, Mr.
Which tells you clearly that the NDC has lived with lies and they are living with lies and they will go to opposition with lies. So Ghanaians, if you are discerning, then discern very well. 2020 is just around the corner. John Dramani Mahama has nothing new to offer Ghanaians. We told you that this government will come back with doom so, and we are experiencing it. This government will come back with high cost of goods and services, and we are experiencing it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley. Thank you so much, Mr. Zamani, for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. And thank you to our lovely audience for doing the listening. But before we leave, I have a birthday wish. I'm here to wish a very beautiful woman. Happy birthday to Madame Theodora Marina with the Ghana Air Forces officer. Your love, dedication, and hard work will take you far. Enjoy the day to the moon and back and know you are loved dearly. And this is from all your pals and friends inside AUCB. Happy birthday to you, Madame Theodora Marina. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.